Well. Oh, look at this. I almost made it on time. I'm most happy with myself. Oh. No use in complaining, I shall take it. Go away. Oh yeah, that's definitely not something I should be showing off. Technically speaking, it is art. Sadly, the art itself is most definitively not the kind you would like to show off. Actually, that's not the tech boy signature move. I know who is responsible. Oh, I'm smart. But no. Actually, it's not anything to do with being smart, it has a lot to do with actually knowing your people well. And this bears a very specific signature that I would remember always. Most because it's quite literally sent with an air of innocence to it. Like, isn't this cute? Yes, but it's also very much naked. Here there's a party, not thinking about that at all. Yep. Now then. That should be working, which means we can change the screen, go like wadam, and then we wait until it's loading. And then I realized that I forgot something. Because rabam, there be music. No. Shit, I can't find tune. Hello there, little druid. Give me a second while I try to convince my fucking volume to go the direction I want to. Jesus, it really doesn't want to. Now it's going too low. Now it's going too high again. There's the sweet spot. Now you might not be able to tell because the music decided just now to go away. Hello. Jesus Christ, some people are really fast. A little druid and a little Honda. Now, it sounds like the start of a joke, doesn't it? A Honda and the druid go into a bar. He's not the only thing I... And there's little Kronos. Jesus Christ. Everyone really is quick on the up. Jesus. 4 in a row. Do I get a prize now? That's better than a strike. Hello there, little Venus. Hello there, little Kronos. Well, also, again, hello there, little Honda. And a little Druid. Sweet Druid. No internet brings back memories. It does, doesn't it? Ah. It's not as nostalgic for me as, well, you know, Baldur's Gate is, but damn, is it nice. Look at my little paladin. Doesn't she have a very, very shiny, nice helmet on? Now there's, mind you, of the enhanced edition, so you would assume that they would have, you know, played around a bit with the lightning to make it better, but no. This is pretty much the same experience I had the last time I looked at it and zoomed around. Everything is very, 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 very shiny. Isn't this such a experience? Yeah. To be fair, I didn't have many opportunities to play good old-fashioned D&D in its pen and paper form, to be fair, but the one or twice I did, it actually had the exact opposite effect on me, where I felt like, hey, this reminds me of Baldur's Gate. Well, what even is this game? This is Neverwinter Nights, which is, well, more or less the successor to Baldur's Gate, its original. It has kept many things, added a few things. You can now play around with the perspective, you can technically speaking use your things, and the classical party play has been kind of reduced because, well, you only have like one little companion that you can't really interact with at all. I mean, you can talk to him, but that's it. This one I don't think I can even look at his inventory. Nope. But yes. This is when BioWare was making, well, pretty good role-playing games still. To be fair, they have been ever since, technically speaking, Baldur's Gate. And then things went well. And you kind of missed out a bit, honestly. They are good games, really interesting games, and a lot focused on the whole role-playing aspect of a classical D&D system, just in PC form. What would be a more modern? I mean, I guess, technically speaking, the more modern successors would be stuff like Pillars of Eternity, for example. They don't technically use the D&D system, but they are still trying to go for the same idea. Hello, little woman screaming at me. I can see you screaming at me. Ah, oh please, can you help me? You're with the city militia. Look at my character. Do I look like a militia? I have full plate armor. I have a shield. And I have a shiny helmet. Yeah, totally the look of a city militia. The guards at the gate said I might get help over here, but I don't know if they were serious or not. Well, slow down, woman. Slow down indeed. Also, really slow down, because it seems like your ass going to wobble. Ah, thank you. I don't mean to take you away from your duties. I mean, you're a guard, right? Let me once again point to my shiny helmet, my shiny armor, my, well, to be fair, my very interestingly formed titties, but that's another thing. No, I'm not, but... Well, yeah. D&D is really a cool thing, a cool system, to be fair. Sadly, the last people I could have played it would have moved away so bloody far that I don't even want to think about it, but alas. Well, we still have games. The games are still great, so I'll take that. It's in the Peninsula District. I live in there, and oh, it's just horrible. The killing, everyone running for their lives. That sounds good. It's horrible. Sounds very good for us, because that means there's probably XP to get there. My sword is itching for something to kill. So why does my armor not cover my full arms? I have some questions there. Doesn't seem that protective. But yeah, as I said before, we are a little paladin, which means we're on the good side, because, and this is really the most irksome thing, in the D&D system, the classical D&D system, the alignment system is really restrictive. Basically, a paladin is nothing else but a religious zealot that gets, well, some favor from the gods, to do what basically any zealot would do as a, you know, religious warrior. One day I'll form a D&D group for Twitch, I'll teach you. Do sign me up, because that sounds rather interesting. But yeah, which means that in this system, a paladin, which should just be a religious nut, basically, with a fucking long sword and an armor set, needs to be good aligned. That is funny, because the gods in this world are not just good. There's the alternative way of playing a blackguard, but the blackguard has in the system itself always been somewhat of a weak counterpart to the actual paladin, especially in a game, you know. In a game, you're set up to be the good guy, and that means you're slaying lots of bad guys. Now, the blackguard gets the ability to, hurt good guys, and quite rarely do you find yourself in a situation where the end boss is actually aligned good, which would make it useful to have that ability. For RPG reasons, nice, but apart from that, rather not meant to be played, honestly. But fun indeed. I also do think about having a bit of E now, because this game has technically speaking 3 modules, they are called, I think, which is basically the original story, which is this one, in 3-4 acts or whatever. Then there is the first expansion and the second expansion, which actually play together, or one more long story arc. I do think about making a bit of a, you know, Fallen Paladin arc somewhere in there, because this game has a bit of a special loophole. Now, according to the original rules, if a Paladin falls, they should lose all of their abilities, obviously, because you're not any longer favored by the god, whatever god you serve. Not so in Neverwinter Nights. The system itself does say that you cannot level up any longer as a Paladin. Okay, that's bad, so sad. But you will keep all of your abilities. So, you know, I can still do all of the cool things. I can still lay on hands, I can still smite evil. No problem. Absolutely no problem. But I can also learn to smite good then. Just because, well, a bit of a loophole. And you know, there's a loophole. Kinda wanna cheese it. Easy then, just tell me when you're ready. Yes. I'm still a good person. Basically, the canon story for this particular character is rather easy. You know, you came into the city, hoping for good. You're a good person, you know. Kind of guy who helps the old lady across the street and stuff like that. And, well, now we're sent out to be the hero. And we shall be the hero for quite a while. And after we've done all of the heroing and realized that we, well, will not make actually a good living and that people are ungrateful little bitches, we shall fall, most definitively. But alas, that will happen somewhat in the future. Oh, enough about backstory, let's actually go to playing, because I've been sitting here for 5 minutes looking at wobbly hair woman. Okay. I came from the Peninsula District, where my home is. I'm pretty sure the home still stands, but mind you. Now it's dangerous to go there. The prisoners are killing everyone. It's awful. May have heard of this. Give some background on the Peninsula District. Well, it's kind of complicated. You don't say. The Peninsula District houses the Neverwinter Prison. The families of the guards and such live around it. It's been safe for years. I mean, you would assume a certain extra amount of guards to be around the prison, so safety in the streets should be relatively high. I changed a little while ago. The guards never came home from work one day, and now the prisoners are everywhere. First the plague, now the threat of a knife in your belly. I do remember hearing some bad joke about how that's basically daily life in Britain, but well, you know, let's not annoy the Brits anymore, because they are Brits, they are punished enough. So, how did these prisoners get loose? I don't know, I just don't know. Captain Elephant has always run such an efficient operation. I hope nothing has happened to him. If he's run such an efficient operation and now things are fucked, I would say he's probably not safe. I mean, I don't know him personally or anything, so hearsay is all you have, but he is a good man. I know I would not have allowed this to happen. Jesus Christ. Kronos goes into the details. Let's actually read it for a second. Whoever owns basically said that you have a character sheet with your abilities, stats, skills, etc. You tell your DM, me, how you wish to respond to something, what you want to do, and usually, as always, you roll the die, do a little basic math, and roleplay your way into every advantage you can. And I tell you if you succeed or fail or what happens. Well, yeah, that's set in another role. Basically, you play a character, and since just randomly deciding I do this without having any sort of game mechanic to it would be boring, you basically have skills and whatnot to cover that, and from there you do things. Or don't do things, or fail horribly and get into rather interesting situations. Let's not go that way. I can't really fall just yet. Well, basically, when you enter a room, you're like, okay, I check the room for enemies, and the game can be like, well, roll, I don't know what it's called, perception, I think. Basically, you know, the room can be full of enemies, but if you critically fail, you will just be like, well, the room is clear. I'll give you one example. But, well, I will leave you to a little position yourself, because I need to focus a bit more on, actually, what am I talking about this one? So, isn't anyone in the district able to fight back? It's actually a good question. You guys cut down on the guards in the area. It was safe while people were locked up, but now it's just overwhelming. So much trying, though. Senator Sibyl is there. He's one of Lord Nash's trusted, but she doesn't have many people to work with. She's mainly just guarding the gate out of the district now. Do we have any more background on the peninsula itself? Okay, not really. I'll see what I can do. You stay here where it's safe. Thank you. Let's see how much this means to me. We need directions, I'll tell you, just to be sure. The Peninsula District is through the gate on the southwest side of the city. Door. Need a moonstone mask. There are guards posted, but I'm sure they will let you through. They better. I am directly, hired, quote-unquote, by Aribeth de Tilmarant. Oh, yeah, actually, the map is open already, isn't it? It's not really a neat thing. That's the DM, my job is to craft the universe. Determine what enemies you might find, play the NPCs, and craft the plot. Which sounds like a very, very tiring job, honestly. Yeah, now comes the important part of any RPG, running around and stealing whatever the fuck I can. Castle Never. Let me guess, you're not gonna let me in?
Do make it quick.
Strength and tradition. Castle Never is sealed by order of Lord Nesha. No one is allowed within. Protect the castle against the plague. It is closed to all but Lady Aribeth. That is all I can say. Okay. I've just joined the service under Lady Aribeth. Can't say anything more. Please panic. Only your proven allies are kept briefed on the state of affairs. Oh yeah, I actually know why that is. That's actually a sensible decision there, because, well, quit waving a weapon around like a sack. Criminals aren't running things around here. It's in the docks district. Also, let's intro. Did I get information on when? Oh, sadly. The citizens. There's a crate. Make peace with your gods, like the far long before us, we're doomed. Are we now? Ah, nothing but a good old-fashioned RPG, where you can just steal out of the crates and nobody's going, oh yeah, right, I still have my dress with me. I mean, maybe I will need it at some point, you know? Doomsayer. Yes, that's a job. Not that it's going to fill your belly or anything, but yes, that's a job. And this is the way outside of the city. Or it should be. Jesus, can be an exhausting and thankless task, that is true. I get to watch you scream when you might die. Share when you triumph. It does sound nice. I mean, personally, I probably wouldn't consider myself to be creative enough to create a interesting story to play around with, especially because I rather enjoy stories getting told, not so much telling them. But, you know, I can see it being, if successful that is, a really satisfying experience at the very least. Come on, little character. I do love it when, yeah, and that's actually why it's good that they added the WASD movement for this, because sometimes your character, like just now, decides that, well, walking through a door is difficult. Then you kind of need to help them along. Because you see, he can get stuck there. The system is by itself not perfect, but the engine itself, well, is actually not a bad one. It actually kept quite a while, memory resource. City gate. Let me guess, you're not just going to let me run out here. Hold.
Passage from the city of Neverwinter is forbidden. We cannot risk the plague being spread to the surrounding countryside.
So, has anyone left recently? No one has exited the city recently. I would not allow it. The danger to the outside lands is too great. That makes a fair point. Also, I mean, if this is the quarantine part, why the fuck is there only one guard?
Greetings.
You're a holy woman. Can't you make the nobles of the Black Lake District share their cure?
No can do.
If I could do that, I'd be getting paid a lot more.
Well met.
Jesus Christ. Yes, is there something you require? These dark days have left my mind on other things, so make it brief. Questions, my friend. A few moments from my voting. What is it that you wish to know? Basically standard. Yeah, a nice town with lots of uninjured people. Also, I will show you the burning corpses soon. Like down there. Makes the town even nicer. Let's see. Oh yeah, right. Basically, I can walk to every single NPC in this town and go like, have you paid your safety tax? And they can pay you money. Yeah, I remember once playing like this, it was fun. See, the game is actually trying to give you the perspective of being a, you know, evil asshole to people. It's trying. The problem is your main story game still tries to paint you as the good guy, which is kinda confusing. It's like, yes, in his free time he runs around the city collecting a safety tax from the citizens. But he did save us from the plague. What can we say? A bit of a schizophrenic evil guy, I suppose. But yeah, this is basically just the normal, yeah, that sounds, pleasant. Well, a few burning corpses just left in the corner because, well, who cares about that? I do love that in the welcome people are screaming like, what do we do? Nothing. Greetings, you must be a new recruit, but no one else is foolish enough to approach the gate to the beggar's nest. I'm sorry, give me a moment. The smell of the burning corpses is getting to me. As if the plague isn't bad enough on its own. Now the beggar's nest is even worse. Have you heard? It's a nightmare there. Zombies are everywhere, while keeping the city core secure. But damn if we can do much for the nest. Well, we are not going to go there yet. Well, but I don't hold much hope for the district. The worst hit by the plague, and now the undead are killing everything. Oh, sounds like the district went from bad to worse. Stealing all of the money. Okay, boys looking for traps and yeah.
Hello there.
Hello there, indeed. What do you want? I'm no guard, I can't help you. All I can do is wait for the plague to get to me. I can't even do that from my own bed. I would kinda correct you and say that you're pretty much standing on your bed, but I assume you mean something else. I don't suppose you'd feel any better yourself if you'd lost your home, let alone being chased out by zombies. It's just a beggar's nest, I know. It's better than sitting here, smelling the corpses burn. To be completely fair, I would go like touché, but wouldn't the beggar's nest also be full of burning corpses, considering it's also plague-ridden? Maybe I could help you out? Why would you help me? I'm just a lowly peasant from the beggar's nest. Half the city is probably happy to see the place overrun, even if it was by zombies. Just leave me, please. Okay. I tried to being a nice person. See, it's really hard to being a nice person. Can help you. I know what I'm thinking. I can't even help myself. Can't even hardly my own home. Okay, so same story. Can go home to the bear's nest because the zombies can get out of the city because of the quarantine. It's a guy supposed to do. Just choke on the stink of the corpse fires, I guess. Could help you. Not know how you could. Can anyone can take on an army of zombies by themselves? You haven't seen me in action yet. Okay, what level am I? Level 3. Okay, yeah. Screw that, I'm not going to make promises because I don't think I can actually help him. If I were level 20 though. Things might look a bit different. Now, collect all of the shit, sell all of the shit, and then, well, the peninsula seems to be our first target. So far, and so we shall go there. Is there shining armor? Probably can't afford any of that yet. How nice of them to let everything open. How nice of them to have something value up here. Oh, an amethyst. I'll take it. See, I have to see this as an investment into the city's future. Every coin I get helps the city along. Okay, what's this? Yes, this is quick save. Ever put quick save on G? Well, not much of a genius.
Do business to you.
Why are you here, my home? Please leave. Ah, I'm a service to other Fantasy Guards. Doesn't mean you can invade my home, does it? Oh, actually not, no. Actually, you're actually right. Answer your question, but I would like you to leave afterwards. Heard anything odd? Any rumors? Not really. All I hear is the plague and the death. Ah, fair enough. Almost too much. I don't want to know if there's anything else going on. So the people are busy enough that they don't even listen out for the usual rumors any longer. It's going to be a problem. And Kronos goes into full-on explanation mode. Yeah, doggy, be careful. Don't bite me, I don't want to have to bite you back. Because this game actually has still a nice mechanic of age-old times. I can right-click on my character and on anyone and go just attack. Which means, doesn't matter if it's a shopkeeper, apart from very, very few NPCs, like Haribeth,
No can do.
I can quite literally kill the whole city if I so desire. Now you might be like, this doesn't seem to be a very well-balanced mechanic. To be fair, it isn't. But it has always been part of it. Like, you could do it in Baldur's Gate. You could quite literally kill most of the city of Baldur's Gate until the Flaming Fist showed up and tried to arrest you, and then you could kill them too. Sadly they would kind of continue showing up and being assholes.
Hello?
Questions. Premium equipment. Not sure what you're after. Really, my stock is best you'll find for honest coin. Okay, you really know your way around a weapon. Maybe. Yeah. Hotel, I got something special for you. Take this ward stone, it will get you into the back room. Here's where Monarch makes the good stuff. He'll take care of you. See, got a AFK. Well, you do that. Little Venus, little Flo. But don't run away too far. First, you're gonna miss nice looking orcs. That's really doesn't suit him. Oh well. Let's see what you have for sale then. You know what? I'm going to sell some of my shit for you. To this nice person here. Also, Edison stuff can only be sold at full, which means you need 99 of them, because otherwise they have a value of 0, and of course a value of 0 cannot be sold. Well, I mean, basically, like a good story should be, it will write itself by being played and going from there. Kind of what most games try to do, and some games are really going as far as to be like, well, this is a whole point. But no, this is just standard procedure, basically. But yeah, Kronos is indeed right. I think that applies actually quite a bit more to the whole pen and paper than does to most computer games. Because computer games are kind of forcing you, because, well, of course, you know, the world is already set, the way is already prepared. Sure, you might have some branches to it, but the way is there and that doesn't change. Much as you might find that to your chagrin.
Hello there.
Oh, what exactly is it you do here? I'm a weapon and armor smith of sorts. I take component items and combine. Oh yeah, this is part of the crafting system. What kind of things would component items be? Well, any stuff like adamantine and ironwood, diamonds and dragon blood and fairy dust, spirit, holy water and gargoyle skulls and adamantine. Okay. Yeah, I have some examples. Give me some ideas. I don't like tip in my hand all that much, but I can sell it if you don't know about it. He gives you a book, which is full of recipes that you can use. Now, do I have it now in my inventory? Yes, I have. Yeah, basically this. There's so much shit in here. Now, while you might think like, hey, this is nice, and it is, you also have yourself a bit of a armor system where you can actually craft weapons and armor yourself. Then you have this guy who can make you special weapons and armors, and quite a lot of it. Personally, I never really invested much in that. Welcome back, little Venus. Open chest, please. Not just Toki Doki me, open chest, you mongoloid. Come on.
It's done.
Good, otherwise I would have broken that thing open. Actually, why didn't I do that in the first place? I'm an idiot. What's all the strength in the world worth if you don't make use of it? Not much, I would say. Okay, so let's finish up our exploration up here. Oh look, it's a priest of Helm. I can't say what you want about those people, but I don't trust them at all. And that's putting it mildly. Mostly because Desta is a bit of an asshole. Oh, how nice.
I am Nyatar, in the service of nature.
Haha, can I ask you some questions, please? I welcome your well-mannered address. Ask what you will and I shall respond. So, let's start with your piece. What is your position here? I'm assuming druid. I say druid that the city does not tip too far from balance. That concerns for natural elements are kept a priority. Basically, a hippie. You would not understand. Only a sister nature could fully appreciate what needs to be done. How about my task is? Your automod's bullying me. Is it? God damn it, Automod. Stop being an asshole. But yes, do tell me if it tries to bully you. I'll try to keep an eye on it. That thing is really annoying. Well, persuade you. I still might be able to help. Look at me. I'm such a nice and upstanding girl. I'm sure I can help you with your nature problems. Perhaps I was too quick to judge. You seem sincere enough. You may be able to understand why this is so important. Many people are falling to plague. Animals suffer as well. They suffer in cages in a Black Lake District Lodge. There is a zoo in Neverwinter. Doesn't sound particularly worrisome, considering that we have the plague running wild and people dying left, right, and center. It is operated by a hunter and his noble entourage. It is not clean, it is not compassionate, and it is not right. Animals are mistreated. It can't be new, not during the plague. It is not new. I was working to have it closed, but the plague has delayed that indefinitely. The official disposals are among the plague death. It has given the zoo a reprieve. They know the law was turning against them. Now they have time to cover their actions. The animals for simply be killed and made into trophies. More creatures deserve charity. The spear, panther, wolf, and lion. All four should be rescued. Okay, what do we know of this hunter? Montgomery, sure, shot. Reserson. Sounds like a fucking dwarf. Family has been a great advocate of animal rights, but Montgomery abandoned that philosophy when his father died. He gauges his progress as a man by what he has mastered, his family and business and nature, created by creature. He's out of balance. The nobles live vicariously through him. Influence protects him from what little pressure I have been able to apply through the law. Aye, sure, I will help you. Hoping would say that. Let me give you a few things to help in your task. I have thought long about what is required. This key will grant you access to the zoo. And your companion found it. Yeah, sure, found it. I made copies. Guards may try to stop you, but doors will not. This is a transport via plants scroll. Use it in a large tree near the zoo, and any of the animals you let there will be teleported here. Take the scented fetish. It will let you speak to the animals with the skill of a druid or ranger. Please lead the animals to the large tree and free them. Okay. I'm collecting quests already. Now, I'm going to not go to Black Lake for a while. So there's that. Because, well, technically I could. The game does not necessarily force me to go through a specific order. I could quite literally go to Black Lake right now to start off with, but as the game has heavily implied that it wants us to go to the peninsula first, I am kind of the opinion that we should probably follow through. Look at all of these uninjured people. It makes me sick. They need all to be put through, well, my own form of justice. A chest outside. That's motivating. But what do we have here? I think that's the mage tower, if our memory serves. Does seem to be that way, doesn't it?
I recognize you.
Aha.
You're one of the new recruits under Arabeth, are you not? I'm sorry, but this is a spellcasters guild. It will not interest you.
But I need to equip it. Mostly because, yep, this is one of the areas where you can get a nymph cloak, which gives you a charisma bonus of 1, which would be very good, as we are being a paladin, and most of our skills, like, you know, smiting things, is actually based on charisma. The bird is looking in you. Know what they say, if you stare into the bird, be wary that the bird does not stare into your soul.
No business.
Or something like this. Birds aren't real. Just flat out deny the existence. Like birds? Birds are not a thing. They're all in your head. Lost your home and... Okay, so you're from the same district the other lady. You too. Many people who have nothing to say apart from the usual. Yeah. Open up, please. They're robots by the government. I see. Well, that's one explanation, I suppose. Actually, birds have been died out and killed centuries ago, but we now know as birds are just robots by the government. Open sesame, what? Jesus, do I have to do this now with every bloody door? Also, if he doesn't stop with the hokey dokey, I'm going to kill him. Kinda annoys me. Shut up. I can tell as much. Yeah, what you please? I'm not standing in your way. Such useless. Resistant. Well, and what can we find in here? Hopefully something that is actually worthwhile. More trouble. Oh, I mean, some jewels. I'll take it, It's better than nothing. Better than nothing indeed. Now then. Let's ignore the Doomsayer. Pretty sure he has just Doom to say. A courtesan.
Bonjour. Hello.
Ugh. You're French, eh? My lust just dropped by 10 degrees. You need, girl. I have to work. Yet. A gold or so. First I sleep in the street again and catch the plague myself. Well, could I ask you some questions? Fine. Like the gold is leaping into my lap today, after all. So, Why are you out here on the street? You're sick, you should be inside somewhere. Inside where? And you has the plague. Nobody wants to take you in. I ain't got no family even. I ain't setting foot in the Moonstone Mask, no way. Okay, why wouldn't you go inside the Moonstone Mask? She's friend, meaning that France is a thing in this world. I will assume that some countries just have a natural tendency for gay-ass accents. Yes, I will assume that to be a thing. Bloody fucking rock-eating bastards. They find a way in every bloody world. We don't know how, but they do. I don't like the matron mother. None. That our father Childa Storn. Something not right with her, says. And then the Moonstone has too many rules. No. The only place for me is out on the streets. That way when I die, I ain't far from the pile over yonder. So, tell me, how has the plague affected your trade? You'd think it would be bad. Actually, no, I would assume the exact opposite. I would assume it would be great. That us girls would find nary customer and all of Neverwinter would lie with us for night, eh? Not at all, says I. The shouts in the city, they all think they're gonna die. Convinced of it, they are. So they pile together in the Moonstone Mask, looking for a last bit of joy. Pretty understandable. And they look in for me. As folks with the wailing death, they ain't deserved it none. I want a bit of joy, just the same. I won't be turning them away none. I mean, if you already got the plague, it's like, meh, what do I care?
Please help me.
Could you tell me anything? Could you actually tell me anything about the plague? It's you plenty about the plague. From personal experience, in fact. Anything specific you want to know? You know anything about what cause it is? Nah, we're looking at zero of sickness plenty enough, but this ain't got nothing to do with that. Sickness is in the air. There ain't no one who's immune. Yes, that's a Moonstone. They don't seem to get the plague none. But the matron mother just hides it real well. More like. And yeah. Probably yeah. Who would actually go through the trouble of inventing 5 billion new accents just for you? Yep, just accept it. Just take it in stride and go like, yes, bloody freaking Frenchies. A find a way. Anything else you can tell me? Nope, wait around some, you'll learn all you want and more. Great. So, have you heard anything about strange animals in the area? Strange animals? Do you mean beasts? No, I've heard nothing about any beasts in these parts. Tell me that there's beasts roaming around the core, well, I don't want to hear none of it. Understandable. Hey, a working girl doesn't normally beg to make her keep, my lady. She ain't no normal times. Could you spare some kindness, mayhaps? I could offer you mercy, a quick and painless death. Just randomly goes like, pep. Don't worry, you get used to restoring your own immersion over and over again. Welcome to PC Gaming. Yeah, take a gold piece. I'm not a monster, I'll give you one, but I'm not gonna give you 100, because I think you will waste those on, well, probably alcohol and drugs. But there's anything wrong with alcohol and drugs, mind you, just, if I can catch the plague, I would rather have the money for myself and buy myself some drugs. When it comes to that. You know. Now. I really would like to have a place for storing my things, but sadly I don't have one yet. Laws of God are infinite. It's not my job. No goal to kill you. But it can be. That is true. The game really tries to imply that you actually have options, that you can be the evil that you always have wanted to be. How's this? Yeah. This goes to the peninsula. So we're gonna look at the other side first, and then we go over Shikoti Peninsula full of evil people. How does it unite then? I have worries of my own, you know. Well, let me talk about your worries then. Okay, we are just a normal citizens question catalog. Geht's gut. But yeah. Which is a bit contradictory, because you will still save the city, you will still be the hero that saved Neverwinter, yes, but you can be a complete and absolute asshole about it. Which I do remember the first time I realized it. I was kinda actually impressed with that.
Well met.
Never actually considered the option of being, well, the evil. Never heard anything. They might kill you. Well, yeah, they're not going to be very happy about me continuing on my path with my, well, pockets full of their coin. Investigating the plague. Perhaps you could tell me more about it. You know something about the plague. Half of it isn't true and the other half is rumor. You can make custom races. Actually, this game too, you can potentially make a custom race. The game is going to treat it pretty much just like, well, a race without no bonuses, but you can also make your custom religion, if you so desire. Forget anything about strange animals? Nah, basically all just these standard questionnaires. Now this is the one where you get some mercenaries, if you so desire. I'm going to check it out because having this halfling following me around is neat and all, but which reminds me that I once played it in Necromancer. That was fun. I had an undead arm and I could touch people with it. They didn't like getting touched with my undead arm because it paralyzes them. I do like the game actually gave you a skeletal arm instead of a normal arm. That's something very well for my immersion, honestly. Hello, commoners, it is I, a paladin of the most graceful light. Now I'm gone again because you have nothing to plunder. Alas. As it should be. If you do something, it should have consequences. Good consequences and bad consequences alike. You decide to be a complete dick to everyone.
Okay, dokie.
Don't really be surprised if everyone decides to screw you over. On the other side, if you are good, and you gave a random beggar on the street a gold coin while he was in need, he might later come back and save your ass when you're in a really tight spot. Potentially. Maybe. Because it turns out he was actually a ninja master in disguise for all we know. But yeah. Actually, I can plunder the dead corpses. I can pick the fire. Why is this not lighted on fire? I mean, I take the gold. Don't burn the gold, please. Gold is awesome. Let's see. Yeah, this guy, an orc. I think there's also the little bard lady somewhere here. Yep, this one. Where's my little hokey dokey guy? No?
Okay, dokie.
Better. The whole reason I don't want to bash everything is because it can take forever to do that.
It's done.
I would rather like to have him around. Unsavory methods. I would never torture them, but applying some specific argumentation skills might be on the table. Yes. It's not torture. I'll have you know. Well, I mean, technically speaking, yes, in D&D you can potentially become god. I mean, actually, isn't the whole story of Baldur's Gate only actually possible because at some point the gods became human and dear Papa Baal decided to, you know, create offspring, which also then have the potential to become god. God of Murder in this case, actually. I remember that game because I played it fucking forever. Now the question is, I don't want to hire anyone else as a mercenary. On one hand, very much no. I mean, you are a cleric if memory serves. You are a mage, which would actually be good because I don't have any arcane magic right now, but low-level mages are pretty meh, to put it mildly. Then we have a classical fighter, but I'm pretty much a fighter myself. And then we have the little bard. Bit of a support caster, basically. What about you? Yeah, he's a monk, yeah. An evil monk, even. Rarity. So, where can I get some action? No, it took in my language, just one place. Hey, look good weapon. Just don't let anyone hear about it. It's not supposed to get around. It's a club for fighting. We call it the Gauntlet. If you want action, that's where you go. I can sell you a pass if you want. Sure. Here's your pass. That's how we got it. I doubt they'll ask. Nobody talks about the Gauntlet. Basically the first rule of the gauntlet. But people shop anyway. The board Late Bear Tavern is in the Black Lake district. Give the pass to the bartender. Good luck, you need it. Erebus tolerates mercenaries when Neverwinter has a standing militia. Watch your mouth, friend. Isn't gonna notice that when a few of the city guards dies, she hired outsiders like you instead of coming here. Just because we work for the highest bidder doesn't mean we wouldn't put in line for the city. But you know of the plague. No sword can stop it, and that makes me worthless right now. No one is hiring, except the odd noble trying to prevent looting. Understandable. Typical noble. I mean, you know, getting a cleric kinda seems a bit counterintuitive, considering that I'm a paladin. I'm, well, a half decent. Actually, no, I'm not even close to actual. We couldn't probably think about. For the moment, we're gonna take this nice little annoying creature with us to open up some things, and I'll think about it the next time. Now then, for the moment, let us go into that last building we have here and find out what's here. We will go to the peninsula. Patron, and they're all uninjured. The city is very healthy, I will have to point out. Very healthy. Let me see your wares. Yeah, have some wine. Wanted pass, so we can do some arena nonsense later on. And yeah, the rest can stay as is. Now then, since you already heard your name, I'll talk to you.
Welcome to the Moonstone Market.
Oh boy.
I am Ophala, your host and purveyor of fine spirits and entertainment.
Well, fine spirits, you say. Well, hello there. Will you answer some questions, please? Quite a charm, aren't you? Ask away. So what kind of place do you run here? Place of comfort and understanding. It's a brothel, isn't it? It has different meaning to different people, so we have a wide variety of services. Of the nude variety. I know. Can't expect you to understand if this is your first visit. Most of what goes on here is quite innocent. Most. Perhaps you would be interested in partaking of our backroom areas. Where you could be of use. Oh, talk to Greedy. Anna, you can trust me. What you've got to say. Suppose there's no harm in me telling you what I need. Maybe you can help if you're good enough. You see, I'm an avid collector. Aha! My position here lets me hear about interesting things, and I occasionally hire people to get them for me. Currently, I want a few pieces of art liberated. The owners of them have made disparaging remarks about me, and I would like to express my displeasure. Well, tell me about these art objects first. One is a statuette of someone's mother or some such. Lord Unrod Golden has it at his estate. He lobbied to ban city guards from visiting the Moonstone Mast. That damn bastard. Those poor guards also want to have some fun before they die of the plague. As is a portrait of Sir Reginald Rumbottom III. His nephew, Lord Thomas Rumbottom, repeatedly lobbied to have us closed down. He's a bit insecure, I think. Justice and earned stone from me some years ago. The man that took it apparently got stuck here in the quarantine. What is his name? If you agree, I'll tell you what I know about their whereabouts. Keep in mind, if I had exact information, I wouldn't need you. Well, sure, I'll get them. Tell me the details. Excellent. The Rumbottom estate is in the Black Lake district, while Unrod maintains a home in the Docks district. Both are notoriously paranoid, as their torch may have been in the Black Lake district. Although please fortified himself in some noble's home, but I do not know which. I'm not asking you to kill, just bring me the items, I'll reward you well. Okay. Hey, I'm interested in your back room. Well, we have many pleasant employees that are willing to offer their comfort and sympathy to you in this troubled time. Making hard at both man and woman, and are quite skilled at conversation, artful pursuits, and many other forms of diversion. Relevant action must be agreed to by both parties. There's the small matter of compensation for the time spent as well. Come, body horse, I'm outraged. So if I want permission, I'll show you. Very well. First, you will need a writ from Olaf in the Temple of Tyr, certifying you are plague-free. Just a precaution, you understand. Turn to me when you have it, and I will grant you a key, as well as take your 200 gold donation, which is then not fair. Farewell for now. I kinda wanna go upstairs. Just to look at it. Sense the stink of tear upon you. Hate it all of us, you running errands. Maybe it pleases you. Care to an offer? I will listen. What is it you have to say? You're so polite. Bah. I have no use for manners. Can you steal and can you kill? That's what I need. I do not commit evil acts. Your quaint morality lets you sleep deep and long. Come back when you tire of being an errand girl for Tyr and Olaf. I think you're going to miss the point, my friend. That will not happen in this game. I will stay nice, noble, and, well, good. Makes it all the more fun when you then turn evil the next time around. But yeah, technically speaking, you would assume that somebody who is, well, evil would, and he's spending time in a city, not that openly go about being evil, because, well, your common citizen would be like, huh, that be evil, I go kill that now. Let's get ourselves a nice pass that we are plague-free. I get judged by the priest for wanting to go into, you know, the whorehouse. Like, how I expected better of you. I'm sitting here like, just wanna have some fun.
Greetings to you again.
Indeed, dental services, Oh, god damn it. Do I need to choose that one option? Yeah, I probably need to. Okay, I'm gonna go for now. Well, see you later, little Venus. Have a good one if you don't manage to come back. I need to go back into the horse and get myself my pass before we can do some actual fighting. Well, do you have anything to say by chance? Nope. Do love it. I mean, at least they went through the trouble of naming some of the guards. Which is rather nice, instead of just having everywhere generic city guard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It doesn't really change anything though, because they still only have the standard catalog of questions you can ask them. So, not much has changed. But oh well. Also, I do like that I can just go into the towers and the city guards like, well, probably has their reason to go there. Can't argue with that. Directly hired by Aribeth. I have authority. I will bloody freaking regret that authority very, very quickly. It is nigh. Yeah, they're all going to die. To be fair, one way or another we all will, so not the most shocking of statements. Back to the nice lady. Tell her again that I would like to see the fucking back room. Can't you just let me go through the back door, please? Now we can go to where they can get the paper. Or so we hope. And mostly because I kind of want to plunder the upstairs too, and I can't really do that without, well, some interaction. Get bad, eh? Yeah, I mean, if you're too tired, honestly, instead of forcing yourself, I probably do the same. Otherwise you end up like me and you just fall asleep while you still have everything planned. I have a letter from my father for you. Watch, let me see that. Oh, yes, of course, please. Just keep your voice down and I'll get you what you need. Let's see. Yeah, I do believe you are plague-free. Here's the document you need. But I should have no objection to your patronage. Farewell for now. But yeah, if you're really not feeling it, that's probably not good. But yeah, it's kind of the thing that where it's like the only one who can actually make that call, That decision is you. And as much as I would like to hang out and see how far we can get in the good old grimmest of fandangos, we're just hanging around there being all tired. That's probably not good. But yeah, do decide how you feel, or by how you feel. I'm not going to hold it against you. As long, you know, as we get Sunday done. I have a great promoter declaring me plague-free. Nice, I have my key now. Excuse me. Best coin. 200 gold. Yeah, I've got to record next week's videos tonight too. Oh, yeah. Really toyed. It's gonna be another 2 or 3 hours before stream time anyways. Not much today either. Those are a lot of things that I record. First things first, you know, with eating it's a bit like this. And that's something I have learned the better way. If you eat something, when you haven't eaten much yet, it is going to somewhat make you a bit more sleepy. So you might think like it's a good idea to actually skip that, but in the long run, that's not good. Really not. I might actually want to deal with that, but yeah, I mean, it's a tough choice. Actually, I'm the kind of person who would try to stream, but that would more often not end up with me than falling asleep and waking up with quite a bit of a sore neck because I'm sleeping in my chair. Not good. Then at this point you have to ask yourself, is it worth that much trouble then? Questions. Yeah, coffee. Make coffee my way. Make it strong enough that you can quite literally have a spoon sit upright in it. Then maybe. But I will tell you, if you drink that stuff regularly, the doctor will probably at some point out that it's going to burn a hole into your stomach. I remember that. My doctor has been very, very, very clear about that particular part. Everything is locked. Everything is locked tonight. But we need still all of the stuff. Come on, open it. I mean, he's a useful little safe opener. I'm assuming he's not going to be that useful in combat. At least not on lower levels. I do remember playing a rook once and low level sets, yeah. Well, what do doctors know? Well, potentially you would assume that they know some few minor things about the human body. And at least, ever since I followed this particular advice to not just drink black coffee in that strength forever and ever, my my stomach has somewhat recovered from its trouble. Well, experience showed him to be right, for once. Now you might think this is a common warhouse, but you're actually wrong, because you actually need to talk your way through with these fucktards to actually get some action. Just like, okay, I already paid you, why do I need to invest even more money? But hey, I've got the pass, so why not talk to one of the ladies here? What are you? This woman looks at you immodestly. She winks and makes an obscene gesture. Sounds promising.
Ooh, sorry, little lady. I'm not your type.
Oh.
You'll have to go talk to Tanith. He's a big sweetie.
The lady doesn't want to scissor with me. I'm kinda annoyed about that. No scissoring.
I am sorry, milady, but my company is open to males alone. You might wish to see it.
Yeah, I have also reduced the amount, and I do mix it with a bit of milk nowadays instead of drinking it black. That kinda did help a lot.
Good day, ma'am. I am Tanith. I shall endeavor to make your visit to the Moonstone Mask a pleasant one.
Uh-huh. Let me take a look at you, boy. It's a loincloth really suits you. I will speak with you, perhaps more. I'm certain, my lady, that we shall have a fine time. Have you a pass coin? Formality, as I'm sure a talk will be enjoyable. Here is a pass coin. Very well. Now tell me a little something about yourself. What's on your mind? We are very good listeners here at the Mask. Yeah, it's honestly... It's better to be a bit reasonable about this, because... I had a phase where my stomach was just so bloody fucking annoying each and every single day. The cramps were annoying, the pain was annoying. But hey, it got better. We do like it, forget to talk, let's wrestle. You listen well. Making your clients... does talking make your clients more relaxed? What people often not able to confide with people that care. I'm a surrogate and a friend, if need be. Tell me, what bothers you? Lament the inherent loneliness of the adventurer lifestyle. Boo-hoo-hoo, I'm all alone. You're watched 24/7, lady. Of course you feel that way. Many people in power have a sense of yearning, just can't seem to be filled, despite their great responsibilities. You can let it go with me. I'm not here to judge, not to laud your position. Here's you, stripped of your trappings. True to yourself, and you follow the path that you've chosen. Because it is right for you. I do dig the guitar in the background, though. It's the mark of a woman that understands what she needs. Nothing bothers me. I am strong. Actually, indeed, you can wear full plate and run with it. You are strong. The definition. You're quite capable. Is your armor so perfect? Power sometimes convinced that need equals weakness. For instance, you look very devout. It shows your spiritual side. It can sometimes keep friends at a distance if they don't understand. Bemoan how no one really respects you. Of course you feel that way. Many people in power have a sense of yearning. Yes, we already went over this. Let's talk about you and what you like. It's very selfless, giving of yourself like that. Many people come here not knowing what it is they want. I try to make them comfortable. Try to ease what bothers them. It's kind of degrading, is it? What else could we talk about? Let's get to ask you some serious questions. What do you know of the plague? Sorry, but of father wants no talk of that. All the devil's name and you invite him in. That's old school. Perhaps you could retire to your bed chambers. Not just yet. I want a sense of who you are. Can't be properly attentive if I don't know well enough. I have room. What is your story? My home with 5 sisters. My condolences. That sounds like a pain, I guess. To put it mildly. One sister's already a pain in the ass. 5, you know. Well, that certainly is a lot of pressure. Many people rely on you, even if they don't know it. Must weight on your mind. Can help you whatever task you perceive is yours. Try to use your mind. You can be vulnerable here. You can be ashamed of working here. Can retire? Jesus Christ, you make it easy. Well, I managed to piss him off. Apparently, I'm not good at flirting with men. Too bad. I feel the need to come back and murder them. I will put him on my list. My list of I will eventually kill you for that. No one denies a woman with a fucking sword. Actually, I will reduce the statement even further to no one should deny a person with a sword in general. They have a tendency to stab you in the face. Sometimes. Can happen. Now then, time to actually, well, investigate the plague in its wholesome lonesomeness in the fucking part of the city.
I greet you, my child.
Please, good madam, can you help? We have lost family to the plague. Escaped convicts in the peninsula. The strict prevent us from even mourning in our own homes. Perhaps I could help. I don't know if you can or not. Not sure what has gone wrong in there. I just know if they try to go back to our homes, we'll get killed. Yeah, could I ask you some questions? Hardly you don't have anything important to say.
I greet you.
What do you want? Thank you for your sympathy. That's what you've come to offer. The gods have already given us plenty of good wishes. Fortunately, it doesn't help get our homes back. Villains are sober overrun by escaped criminals. We've lost everything to them. Does anybody do something about it? Could I ask you some questions? What can I do to help? I don't know. Can't take on the whole district by yourself, can you? I can try. I guess we need a hero. Don't know if that's you. Sure. Also, you can be real asshole, is it? Like, I'm suffering because I lost my own. You can be like, blah, your weakness disgusts me. Now, before we go in there, can I give you the order to use... other weapons? Because I would kind of like you to use your... ranged weapon if I can. Apparently I cannot.
Come on, lend me something for a day or two. I'm good for it.
Maybe if I talk to him.
What can Tommy do?
Change your tactics. Only use ranged weapons. Stay back and pick him off the distance. Yeah, that's it. Just stay away from me. Stay close. Okay.
What can Tommy do for you?
Talk. I'd like to know a little more about you. Oh, it's a bit strange that you asked me that, milady. Most people think they know Tommy Undergallows well enough through his reputation. In countless more tales of my deeds, were the daily fodder of old men in the taverns. When you speak of heroic acts, however, I'm halfling of the underworld, if you remember. Well then, what sorts of deeds are you talking about then? Oh, nothing so sordid and evil as you might guess. I've had fame and fortune aplenty more than once, and lost it all just as often. The most famous exploit, in fact, is one of the reasons I chose to come to Neverwinter when I fled from Kellingshen. You see, I had spent the latter part of my years in Kempsport in the employ of a powerful Medusa. She was a great power in the city's underworld, and it is no small feat for anyone, statue-making gaze or no. Medusa, are you serious? Quite serious. She had a fine head for business and was as ruthless as any cold-hearted shake. Hello there, little strategy member. Not as good with the face-to-face negotiation, though, if you take my meaning. Yeah. A Medusa is probably not ideal for face-to-face negotiations, mostly because the other one is going to end up as a statue. I was in her employ to run errands. Burglaries, message deliveries, walking her cat, assassinations. Basic bitch shit, basically. I did my job well too, and was well known for it. The job that made me famous, however, was the last one she gave me. It was to infiltrate the house of the famous vizier Sabalan Behaid and kill him. Oh, very successful. I was, but not in the manner you're probably suspecting. Far more to that story than I've told. Which business to undertake, I suppose. Perhaps I'd best tell the rest of the story another time. What do you say to that, my lady? I'd like to eat rest now. Oh, you're more patient than a drunk camel driver in line at the salt market, aren't you? Another time and I'll tell you everything. Okay. Really taking its toll beyond these gates, lass, making it a dangerous place. Lady Erebus has ordered us to restrict access. In other words, if you want access to the Peninsula District, you're going to need quarantine clearance, understand? Well, Lady Erebus has assigned me to temporary military duty. Aye, there was no she'd been hiring on adventurers to help fill the ranks. What can I do for you then? So, later news. Witness was using as an answer their colonies. Well, you say he isn't wrong. Mention what happened to half the USSR that fell. Well, technically speaking, all of these countries have a history using, well, having colonies. The British first and foremost. Germany had a few colonies, more as a prestige object. The whole of America basically was a colony to begin with. But that's really not a valid point. And the Russian Federation using the leftovers of the USSR, of the Soviet Union, basically as extended colonies, or seeing them like that, is old news as far as everyone is concerned. From Russia's viewpoint, the Russian Federation's viewpoint, not necessarily all of their leaders, but the general consensus quite often was that all of the former territories that belong to the Soviet Union are still technically their claim. So yeah, they did kind of treat them like colonies. Some they actually, to this day, pretty much keep as very close colonies. So yeah, it's not really something, you know, he should be screaming from the rooftops too loudly, because everybody else will be pointing at him and go like, aha, and what about you? So, could you answer some questions about the Peninsula District, my friend? Those are considerations for you, Les. Go ahead. Is there any way I can help out there? Well, Commander Seville came tearing through here on militia orders a while back, but I probably shouldn't be talking about that. Enough rumors in the city already without me needing to. Look, I'm here to help, remember. Suppose you're right. Apparently there's been a bit of a prison break. She got sent into Mopar. If you want to know more about it, I suggest you talk to Commander Seville in person. We'd have a temporary headquarters set up somewhere in the district. Okay. How bad is it? That's pretty bad. Then he wouldn't go in unequipped. Captain Kip can brief you once you're on the other side. Okay. There are the places I should look out for in the Peninsula District. Not much there, to be honest. Prison at the top of the rise and all most reputable folk and businesses steer clear. You should probably talk to Gate Captain Kip on the other side. He can fill you in. Okay. And good day to you, little guard guy. Let's step into the peninsula. Proper. Unloading area. Loading area. Yay! I hear noises. Sounds like many people. Well then. A forlorn woman.
No can do.
Hello, forlorn woman. Talk to
It
me.
is a pleasure to speak with you.
Who are you? I hope you are a guard. We need more around here. There's trouble in the prison and nobody's doing much about it. Couldn't the prison officials handle it? You'd think that. When Elfin is the head jailer here, he's always been so kind to us. He was a good man once. What do you mean once? Nothing. I don't know who to trust these days. Wait, you need loading screens in Neverwinter Nights? Yes, obviously. That has nothing to do with the PC, that has a lot more to do with how the engine actually works. It's actually the same in Baldur's Gate 2, where you also will need loading screens between the areas. That is not avoidable. Well, please tell me, I'm here to help. Very well. The prisoners were escaped by saying that it was the head jailer himself who set them loose. Prison, eh? How do I get there? Find your way up to the top of the peninsula. My guards walk that path twice a day. Suppose it's a fair bit more dangerous now. I don't remember. I look into it. But yes, basically the engine only ever has one single area loaded and everything else unloaded from itself. That's how it ran back in the day. That is how it still runs. Pretty sweet, actually. Alright, Gate Captain Kip.
Well met.
Yes, because comparing different games from different engine works oh so well. It's like saying, but yes, how can you have apple when they're banana? That's not an argument. That's mixing things up. If you would actually play this game, this precise game, and this precise engine on a console, you would have the exact same loading screens. No matter the generation. See? Of course, I could also go on this PC and play Fallout 4. Why ever would I do that, apart from getting a headache from it? But I could, and I would have probably no loading screens. But that's kind of the charm. Also, the loading screens have nice little, not that long. They were longer in the past. I remember when I first played this, I had to wait like roughly 10 seconds, 15 seconds. Now it's like 2 to 3 seconds at best. That's not a problem, honestly. We're going to the peninsula. Keep your heads up. I've been a prison break. There's a squadron with trouble. How the fuck did they escape? Rumors that Captain Elephant, the head gaoler, set them free. Makes no sense to me. He was a good man. Ran a tight ship. Okay, where's the prison? Southwest of here, the top of the hill. Commands a great view of the harbor. Not that the prisoners ever got to see it. Are any areas still safe? Seda Sibyl is the one in charge of the operation. The prisoners have pretty much penned in, but she's managed to secure headquarters to the southeast. Anyway, I see you didn't yet try Daggerfall yet. I didn't have the opportunity. I have it installed already. I did run a short test for myself to see that it actually works. And sometimes the coming days I will do a little one-off with it. I don't know yet when precisely. It's probably going to be somewhere next week, but I don't really want to nail myself down to one specific day because I do have some things planned. But yeah, that will happen. Looking for help, I recommend you go see her. She has better information on what's going on than I do. So, does the militia have a plan of attack? Everyone's just trying to figure out what's going on. Someone's going to have to go into that prison, though, and get to the bottom of it. Thanks for the warning. Sounds painful, because you'll need additional software on disk if you use Windows 10 or up. Worked pretty damn well so far as I can tell. Fight me, you bitch boys! They all scream like, "Arr!" There's another one. Oh, you know what? I'm not even going to pause us. They're just going to get slain anyway. I see enemies off the stage. Oh my god. You will die now. You will not. I love this part, he says as he dies horribly. Bit of a masochistic one, that one. I love this part when you penetrate me with your thick sword. Blob. You're sitting there like, ew, do I have to deal with these assholes? Please, God. You know, I decided to try installing the version I have on GOG. That just worked splendid. Just installed itself. Started. I have yet no reason to assume it will not run. The whole other question is if it actually will run while streaming it, because that can be a bit more challenging actually. Hey, even if an old game just runs splendidly on its own, the very moment you try to actually capture its picture and then stream it can be interesting. But hey, could be worse. Could be a lot worse. I'll probably do a bit of a recording of it to get an idea of if it's actually working or not, and I'll go from there. Basically. Now then, let's find out what all of the bad people are doing. Apart from bad people stuff. Steal all the things. I should steal all the things. I see another escaped prisoner. He's just walking up to me. And he decides to attack me. He will regret his decision. Hit me, bitch boy. I came to the wrong part of town, eh? Well, surprisingly often in the worst parts of town, you will actually find the little paladins going like pella pella pella. Shaving people left, right, and center. It's kind of my job. Well, if I had a torch, I could actually set them on fire. But yeah, without anyone having a torch, those rotting corpses will just stay sitting there. Yeah, I shall deal with you. Bing. Blocked, blocked. I do not fear the half-naked man and woman standing around here. They will get murdered. Joy! Joy! Up. At 8 days left. Not very happy.
I hope you like pain.
Well, some of them apparently do love pain. Bam. Dead. Now, do you have any loot? Oh, okay.
I greet you.
Thanks for the help. I was trying to make my way safely home when those brutes found me. Vario, what are you doing out on the streets? I'm made for Lady Tinglebrook. I was on my way home from my morning shift when all of this erupted. Your attackers, who were they? Escapees from the prison. I heard one say that it was the head gaoler himself who freed them. I like the sound of that. The head gaoler, is it? Yes, Sullivan. He's a good man. I swear he is. Why, he'd meet every afternoon in the tunnels of Lady Tinglebrook for a friendly game of chess. They're cousins, you know. Tunnels? What tunnels? Lady Tinglebrook has always been leery about walking the streets in this district. Sullivan built the tunnels between the prison and her estate so that they could continue their game there. Now that the plague is everywhere, they hope that continuing to use the tunnels would prevent her from being exposed to it. Oh-ho! So, where's this estate? Tinglebrook? At the far reach of the peninsula. As I said though, she's right scared of the wailing. She locked the door behind me when I left. Maybe you could check in on her to make sure she's okay. Scared or no, I know she keeps the spare key hidden under her doormat for us. There are not enough guards to keep you safe. Crown train to deal with too? Yeah, I've got their hands full, I'm afraid. This folk have to fend for ourselves. Do you need an escort to the district gates? Would you? I was thinking I'd never make it. I really must get to the peninsula gates. Tell Captain Kip about what I've seen. I mean, wouldn't really be a problem. Follow me. Little lady. Escort quests, always fun. But hey, at least we already cleared out the way, so... not much trouble. Come on, lady. Follow me. That's the district gates. Thanks so much for your help, my friend. Wobbly help.
Well met.
Okay, you have nothing else to say? Okay. And then, time to return to what we do best. Plundering shit while nobody's looking. I mean, we do it for a good cause at the very least. Did they actually look at your corpses? They probably did. Well then. There's some more houses here, if memory serves. Yes. Starting with this one. Do. Hello, prisoners. Attack! Jack of opportunity, sneak attack, murder. I don't know how he managed to get that arrow into his shirt, but impressive shot. I have to give you that much. And then let's continue to steal our way through this nice little area. Stealing all your shit. Somebody had some gates here. Some people just have little house entrances.
You die this day.
I don't think so. See? Told you I don't think so. You didn't believe me, did ya? That was their mistake. First and foremost, they should have believed. But they did not.
No can do.
Well, okay. Well, we only have one locked door. Everything else has been rather easily accessible. Hello! Knock knock, whoever's in here.
I greet you.
There is in the care of the Temple of Tyr. I inquire as to what you hope to find here. I've been sent here by Olaf to see Briley. Yes, you seem to have a letter from him. And you're one of the new recruits for the city guard as well. A recent academy graduate. Certain that only other city guards are allowed in as well. Make sure that nothing goes wrong while you're there, right? Right. Oh, can I ask you questions? Don't know nothing about it. I just guard what I'm told to guard. Looks like nothing but a hole in the ground to me. Ask about the district of the plague. I know this district very well. I think that's why I got this assignment. The other guards didn't want to be stationed here. Okay. So you're not helpful at all, is what you're saying. I mean, okay. I'll take it. Potions. Actually, you will find categorically far too many potions that you will never ever be able to actually use up, usually, because, well, the rest mechanic does allow you to recover very much instantly.
It's done.
It's done indeed. Done and dealt with, to put it mildly. Oh, was he before me? He didn't plunder that well. There's still a trap there. Probably a good idea to actually save. If there's one trap here... I'm sorry, but you really shouldn't be in here. When you have heard from Revenge Judge Olaf Aska. I have a letter from him. Goodness, you're here. The plague has been not kind to our number. The work of Tyr must still be done. What can you tell me about these tombs? The tomb we are in belongs to Lasnia Fairblade. It's been her resting place for a good many years. I don't know exactly how long. She was a trusted friend of Haluet Never, so hopefully this place will hold clues as to where the founder himself is buried. As one is very close to the surface, suggests it may have been moved at least once in Neverwinter history. No records tell of it. What have you learned from this tomb? They killed every member of the team that was digging it out. What they knew mostly died of them. There's a journal though. Brave Jacob was supposed to detail what they found, but I have not read his account. It's in a chest. You may open it. Where the other tombs located? I don't know. Jacob's journal in the chest may say, but I was not instructed to read it, so you will have to examine it yourself. Hope it was useful. It would be a shame for him to have died without having shared his knowledge. Did you find any artifacts in here? I don't think so. Because I only arrived after the team died of the plague, but no one had the gall to drop the bodies. And I don't want to trust my other information. What do you know of the plague? The wailing has taken many, including my brethren that were digging here. Pity they didn't have time to... well, don't speak of that. You can tell me, come on. I wish to speak ill of them, but I suppose the transgression was not that severe. Theirs was a small sin. Oh, Neverwinter Nights 1. Now there's a classic game. Yes, indeed, a very classic game. Oh, hello there. Little guardian. Not as classical as Baldur's Gate, but close. Very close. They seem to lose some of their belief in the power of Tyr. I suppose faith is tested in times like these. They consulted somewhat with the Helmites and accepted blessings. Many gods I know, and Tyr's favors Helm well enough, but it didn't seem appropriate. Again, it's a small sin. They committed no evil and performed their duty to the last. It's just a shame they couldn't erase that blemish. But it does not really concern you. They have departed this mortal realm. You have other duties to attend to. Did this contribute to their deaths from the plague? I wouldn't dare to say. Tyr didn't abandon them. The power of Tyr hasn't protected anyone from the plague thus far. So great is the evil of it. Suspicious. Another time. Remember to look at Jacob's journal in the chest. He may have included some valuable information before he, well, died. As blessed quill will have been put to good use, detailing what they found. Strange, the quill is not here. Maybe he took it with him to the other side. Who knows? There really isn't much here. Feels like my inventory is getting somewhat full. We need some order here. I really don't want to get rid of my dress. I do like that dress. Sure, at some point I will make use of it. Yeah, let's take a look at the book. This book details the initial search for the tombs. It is unfinished. Blah blah blah. Possible locations for the 3 tombs: Beggar's Nest, Great Graveyard, Docks District, Northwestern Quad, Black Lake, Southwestern Quarter. Directions are vague, but the book does mention that each tomb is likely sealed with a magically protected door. What is the key to each? The solution to the Peninsula Tomb was Emerald. Emerald to contain immediately next to the door. It's worth noting that these actions seem to destroy the item, making it an expensive discovery. Text of the Emerald Riddle on the Peninsula Tomb. Diamond of the Forest. The seasons never changed. Jesus. I think I'm gonna discontinue this for Augment series and replace it with Ultimate General. I mean, feel free. Kind of would like to have seen who else dies. We did have a few deaths in that series, didn't we? Quite a few, actually. Then again, basically the game runs for, well, technically for how long you ever manage to live. So I guess it has a pretty open-ended beginning event. I mean, you can pause this as a series and just continue it later on, can't you? We're like, yeah, for the moment we're gonna get something else, and well, if I feel like it, we're gonna go back and do the normal thing again. I kinda overloaded. I need to go back and do some selling of shit. I mean, it's a good sign. That means I have stuff that is worth money in my inventory. Before we go to the prison proper, it's probably a good idea to get my inventory a bit emptied. I want to keep it going, so maybe I'll just pause it, turn it tweaks between the two. Yeah, I think that's actually the better option than outright abandoning something. Actually, there's a merchant right here. Gives you more option. But fuck, who dies? Who knows straight off robbed me? What about Marco, eh? You remember Marco? I remember Marco. He died a horrible death. I couldn't even see his death. But Bruno was kinda an asshole, but that's not the point. People are just natural assholes. Yeah, I think actually I still... Did you put out another episode? I think you put out another episode and I didn't watch that one yet. I think I still have one episode or so I need to watch. Yeah, Marco was a sad loss. I liked him. And then suddenly like, well, he died off screen and I'm sitting there like, what? Why? Fuck that. I was about to riot in the streets, like the prisoners do here, but then I was like, okay, I mean, shit happens. Also, you, dude. It's an old rule that the best stuff, the most dramatic stuff, usually happens off screen. I know that feeling. Hey, that's always the best we can think. Yeah, it's actually a simple issue, but we'll take 24 hours to answer you, if at all.
The weren't supposed to let anyone else into the Peninsula District. Say, you aren't a new recruit, are you?
Well, yeah, Lady Erebus has kinda temporarily assigned me to this duty. Nah, the best stuff always happens where you can't see it. It's like beating a difficult boss while you're trying to do a training run. They go like, well, shit, I didn't film that. Or, what would be a good example? Actually, yeah, there's a good example. I do have one long-lasting Hoi 4 game. Whereas the situation, the inspiration is so comical and absolutely surreal that I really would have liked to show how we got there, but I can't, of course, because that was something I played on my own, and if I now show off the end result, it's just going to be like, meh. What class are you playing, by the way? We are, for the moment, a good and true and proper paladin. A good one, because this system does not allow your religious zealot to be anything but absolutely good. But I do think that after a certain amount of time has passed, maybe this game, or maybe this module to be precise, this little paladin will may fall and become a fallen paladin. Then maybe a blackguard. Who knows? I'll keep it as an option. Now then, who the fuck are you? Well, I'm an very unimportant person for the moment. We've got our hands full here in the peninsula. Could use your help. Yeah, the cleric. It's I would split it up because you only have one companion. Man, do I miss Baldur's Gate's 6 companion system. If you only have one companion, usually you want something that provides something you don't have. If you are a good fighter, like a paladin, and you have a bit of healing, technically speaking, something like a thief is precisely what you want to have in your team, obviously. But, well, this game is broken in many aspects. The only reason why I'm even considering, for example, playing as a fallen paladin is a bending of the rules that this game actually allows. I said so before, but basically, the game only prevents you from gaining more paladin levels if you become anything less but, you know, the righteous good. But you can still use any ability you have already gained up to that level. So, not a problem. That's not how it's supposed to be. A fallen paladin should actually lose access to their power, according to the official rulebook. But, well, who cares about that? It's the only reason why you can actually do stuff like this and still get away with it. Yeah, so, what kind of job do you have for me? All the prisoners in the streets were stretched to the limit. Well, yeah, I kind of figured. Surveilling wasn't enough. What I need is someone to get inside that prison and figure out what the hell is going on down there. Sounds pleasant. Editor's authorized a 300 gold piece bonus to any militia member who can bring me proof that the situation's been resolved. Consider danger pay. How do you intend to get me into the prison? I'm running the prison like a fortress, sending out raiding parties and then retreating back inside. It's been hard to get hold of them. Yeah, 3.5 base was not that good. Yet the expansions were better. Honestly, I mean, it's not completely an unplayable system, but it has its shortcomings, yes. But hey, it is absolutely serviceable, and that's all you really need. Since you can't bust down the front door. If you see my strength, I'm pretty sure I can. I'll have to find the person with that key. I'll start near the sewers in the southwest of the district. We've seen a number of groups around there. Seem like much pay for a lot of work. Perhaps you bring in advance. What dangers are you aware of? That's the prisoners, you may need to watch out for the head gaoler I live in. Recent reports suggest he's the one who set them loose in the first place. What can you tell me about him? Used to be one of the militia's best, and until now I've never heard a bad word said of him. But Nasha himself appointed him to the prison's command. Something just doesn't seem right with this picture. I guess the waiting can change one's perspective on things. Well, alright, I guess I'm your woman. Good luck then, and don't forget to report back to me if you manage to resolve whatever the trouble is down there. Hey, I getcha. Hey, basically, if I want my money, come back here. I can do that. But yeah, you can look at my little skill picture. Skill page. And my picture. Picture's cool. There, you can get the whole things. I think charisma is the one thing that we're going to push very much so, because, well, it's basically most of my paladin abilities rely on it. 16 strength is absolutely okay. Dexterity I don't need high because I'm going to wear full plate anyway. Constitution could be higher, but meh. I have a good health bonus because I'm basically getting the same health as a fighter. So meh. Intelligence is dumb stat in this case. Wisdom 14 allows me to cast all of my spells that I will get as a paladin, and that is more than enough because you never going to really cast in combat much anyway. Outside of combat you will succeed anyway, so meh. Yeah, leaves charisma. Charisma seems to be good, but is chair broken in this? Yeah, it's not completely broken. Not at least as far as I remember. You can play this game very well without much charisma, as long as you don't put it too low so that you start speaking in dumb. Which is amazing, mind you, when you think about it, because some asshole actually had the gall to do all of the dialogue that is in this game in two variants, normal speak and dumb speak. I wanna die. Can be arranged. Bam. Look at my power. Yeah. Somebody has found himself some friends. How the fuck did he manage that? A bit too aggressive, that little one, I would say. He's however very good at avoiding enemies, apparently. Bip. It actually makes fun of you, because it means that your character can't speak properly. Which is, technically speaking, not necessarily what that was supposed to mean, but imagine getting that job, you know? It's like, okay, here's the whole dialogue for the game, now write it in stupid, please. I probably feel somewhat insulted, honestly. Hey, shows a certain dedication to the art, I'd say. Corpses. Pretty sure somebody were to steal all of their shit. Well, yeah, your whole 2 gold coins. That was worth it. He's just standing there. Help, I need help. And I'm standing here like, no, you don't. Yep. Oh, a duel at range. Who's going to win? Pretty much what I expected. Come on, open the chest for me. Now that should actually be leading directly to the entrance of the prison, if memory serves. If memory serves, that is. Well, it's been a few years since I played this game, so, you know. Memory can be somewhat wrong. I do, however, immediately remember how annoying this guy is with his okie dokie. Shut the fuck up, please. And you, one of the halflings I hated, generally speaking, everywhere.
I greet you, my child.
Thanks for the help. I was trying to make my way safely home when those brutes found me. Why? What are you doing on the streets? The butler for Lady Tinglebrook. I was on my way home from my morning shift when all of disrupted. You're basically the same as the woman you already talked to. Yeah, tunnels, Westy Estate. Yep, precisely the same as the poor lady we already talked to. Not enough guards. So what do you know about prisons? I need to escort you about. Yes. Ah, it's hard being an adventurer. One of the good guys. Hey, look.
Always get my way.
Well, yes, you do. You have a sword for that. Works pretty well, I'd say. Out you go. Yeah, no problem. I save people all day, every day. Kinda what I do. It's a hobby at this point. Now, back to being here and plundering chests. Any magic spells I will never ever be able to use. I do like that one prisoner in the background. No more work. You are a prisoner. Your job consists of sitting around and doing nothing. Don't think you're going to miss much. Ah, I missed my attack of opportunity. What, you think you can murder me? Yeah. Now, remember, in one underground area there's actually a bit of a tougher cookie, and then there's, of course, well, the prison itself, which does hold a few more of these nice little people. Now, is there any more entrances I can go inside? Yes, there is. Namely this one.
No can do. No can do.
Well, good to know that you can't do. Did you shoot something? Yes, you did.
I hope you like pain.
Oh. He has an arrow sticking out of his ass. That must have hurt quite a bit. Quite a literal definition of a pain in the ass, I would say. Yeah, seems the whole district is, well, to put it mildly, somewhat fucked. Not that that is necessarily a problem. If I had a torch, I could actually put you to the fire, but sadly I don't. Would be a lot more hygienic to do that, but alas, what can you do if you don't find a torch? Could buy one and bring it with you, of course, but meh. Ain't getting paid enough for that. Unidentified little gauntlet. Sounds neat. On guard! On guard again! Stick attack. See, I can justify this. I can be like, I fought him. Mano a mano, face to face. I mean, if a sudden arrow comes from behind and hits him, that's just mildly a lucky coincidence. Happens. You survived 10 hits. That's actually not bad. For a little prisoner. See, that one is actually a bit of a tougher cookie. Well, not tough enough though for me. Steal all your stuff. Your stuff. My stuff. I just didn't know it was my stuff. Yet. You will learn all the stuff belongs to me. All the stuff. Yeah, I don't think I will. But thanks anyway. You're already badly wounded. Come on. I love this part. Don't think you will. I really don't think you will. I think you will go down. Nice to love little attacks of opportunity though. They are really useful. Fight me, witch boy. Life point, what I miss? Not much. We're still making our way around the prison, killing every last asshole coming our way. While totally not making sneak attacks, because, well, you know. I'm not doing any sneak attacks. Sudden arrow finds its way into the back of an enemy. Ain't my fault now, is it? Bad luck on the prisoner side, I would say. They do have good ears though, those escaped prisoners. Ran into my little attack of opportunity. They never had a chance. Sadly, I think we will have to kill like a good dozen or so more. At the very least. Ba-dam, ba-dam. I mean, technically you can't do the sneak attack. Literally. Sneaky attacks are fine. I mean, yes, I'm actually not doing anything bad. As I said, you know, if a random arrow comes flying and it hits somebody while I am fighting them, totally honorable in you know, close quarters, that can't really go to my detriment. After all, it's not my fault. Just need to have the right excuses ready for yourself. And then let's finish our exploration down here, because I think actually, yeah, the Tanglebrook estate is down here. And after 2 people have separately told me that that is the way in, if you don't want to go through the front gate, this is probably where you want to go in. To be all sneaky about it. In order to do that, stay inside, you need to take things from the mat where the key is. But of course, it would be a true shame if we went to pick up the main gate key too. So do remember that is up in the other side, on the other side of the prison. In a sewer system or something. Remember, there was a bit of a big guy who actually can give you some trouble. Because technically speaking, you're still a pretty damn low level character. I mean, to be fair, level 3 is pretty damn high, considering the 20 is the max level. You know, low level in quotation marks, I suppose. Gotten some food in me, some cleaning done. Okay, I do feel much better. And that's good. I mean, think about it, if you feel up for it. Streaming is an option, but, as I said before, don't feel like you absolutely have to. Because it shouldn't be something you force yourself to do. That's kinda not nearly as fun as it should be. Over here, you bitch boys. Usually my little lady enjoys half-naked men, but not like this. Not if I need to slay them all. No goodies, sadly. But hey, I find enough goodies. Also, I'm considered badly wounded now. I should probably take a rest before I go in there, because I do remember that fight to be somewhat challenging. If memory serves. Don't. That almost killed poor little Tommy.
I always get my way.
And he continuously heals himself. I mean, you know, it's a smart move. Here comes Halfling Death. To be fair, using a bow in close quarters is not a good idea at all. And so this guy has surprisingly much health. He's badly wounded. I don't think I have anything here that could help me. It might actually be the opportunity to remember how to actually handle companion death. I think he's going to respawn at the temple if he dies. Come on, die please. I won't. Somebody else also wants to unbelievably die. All he had on him was a short sword. I mean, to be fair, considering the fact that everybody else seems to have nothing on them, this can account for something. Oh, let's finish a little exploration up here before we go down. We're going to go back and find... We can actually revive little Tommy. Yeah, da 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 da. More of them. Shouldn't have attacked me. Can I? Yeah, I can probably rather reasonably claim it's all in self-defense. I mean, I'm not the one instigating the attacks. I'm just sitting here nice and easily, and then I get attacked. I'm pretty sure I can get away with that. As an explanation. Oh, I do remember there's actually some respawning usually going on in this area. Means that you can actually find new enemies, areas you already cleared out. Sometimes. They don't make it too obvious, luckily enough. But it's still a thing. That much I do remember. Alright, go back to the sewer gates before we go down. We teleport out. We ask little Tommy how it feels to die. Hey, rather important questions. First is picking me up some special smoke on the way home, so I'll definitely be feeling like this bullshit. I had something. Shit, I misclicked. Ah. I have a very sweet drink for children in my hand, and it's neat. Sometimes you just need something unbelievable sweet. As long as you're doing it.
Strange, you know? There was this bright tunnel, and my mother was there. And then it was like, yoink, not yank, stupid. And I was back there. Weird, huh? So,
Yeah, weird.
you need my help again?
Sure. Just died. Comes back. Is like, yeah, I'm good. Let's go again.
Welcome. Do you have news?
We had it all. Temple services, healing services, whatever you desire. Aribeth the Tilmarande is your go-to person. Cure moderate wounds. E-tools. That's not really something I can use. Actually, is there... You know. There's a watch, is there but to quick sell? Of course there isn't. Who am I kidding? Should definitely order this a bit better. Of course not. Now, that item we need. That is for sale. I am very happy that I actually got 6 slots now. In original Baldur's Gate, you had 2 limitations, namely the weight of your inventory, which can fill up very, very easily if you wear heavy plate and stuff. And secondly, you only had 1 little tab. Instead of, you know, like 6. I'm happy to have that. These are parry +3. I never use parry, and I have one for discipline, which is very much more useful. Also, it's a net loss. I identified for 100, I set it for 36. But yeah. I always found the idea of weight systems in your inventory to be a really somewhat hit or miss system, honestly. I do like this basic bitch screen though. This basic thing is just, that is what every RPG should use forever and ever and ever. But alas, I digress a bit. Everything changes, that's true. Oh, save the game because I do remember that fighting down there is a bit of pain. Let's go in there. Fight the evil ones.
Let's go!
Attack! He sneaks attacks me! Take the other one first. Ouch. Jesus. There's indeed something immensely satisfying about that, I will admit. Alright, time to use one of my unbelievable many healing potions. Not this one, not this one, use this one. I'm healed. Ouch. Gang leaders do a nice amount of damage though. Blocked. Honestly, considering that you enjoy it, you should absolutely give Baldur's Gate a nice playthrough. I'd watch that. Just because it's immensely amusing. The other people play through Baldur's Gate. Especially for the first time. Ah! The satisfaction of slaying a wolf. Nice long shot. Well, thank you. I'll take that. Take a look around. There doesn't seem to be anything in here. Now you have two options. You can A, go through the front entrance and go like, hello, I have the key now. I'm going to bash everyone in. Or you can go through the Tanglebrook Estate. Which is what I would advise, because that means you have one extra area full of potential enemies that you can slay and get experience from. And then, of course, your average RPG adventurer is a little XP whore by nature. Yeah, take the route that gives you more XP. Doesn't take a genius to figure that one out. Let's save the game because I don't actually remember what's in here. I hear insects.
Okay, dokie.
Open sesame.
It's done.
Probably not a bad idea to heal myself before I engage them. And we go attack!
Get my way.
Fight me, bitches! I am God! And I can cure disease, so fuck you anyway. Well, I might be able to cure diseases, but I can't do that when I'm dazed. Fair point, game. Fair point. Attack the stinky beetle! Attack it again! And I get dazed again when the battle just ends. Of course. Of course I get dazed again. Why am I not surprised? But yeah, a bit more of an attack. Yeah, apparently whatever hit me was not a disease. And now I'm slowed. Luckily, for me, that doesn't really last that long.
Okay, dokie. it's done.
As long as you don't expect any miracles, that's gonna be a learning experience for me. Mostly. Now we shall carefully move into the other rooms. Plunder everything. Let's see what we can find. And since I still hear those little cunts. Oh, a journal. We shall read her journal. Find out a bit more about what the fuck is going on here. Still hear the little cunts, the buggies, but I don't see them. I guess maybe in the basement. I mean, there are supposed to be tunnels that lead directly to the prison, so there's something. Dagger +1. A longsword +1 would have served me a lot better. But alas. Which, by the way, we can begin creating your character whenever you wish. We can even do it tonight, during Grim. I'll think about it. I might want to take some extra time, but I mean, I guess technically speaking I wanted to drink a beer. If it's not a hindrance, then we can probably do that. So we have decided to actually do Grim. Although that could be actually a hindrance in and of itself, because that is probably going to take some focus, honestly. Because if I assist you in that endeavor, I want us to make some nice progress. But yeah, how about we decide that randomly, as we usually do. We're pretty good at that at this point, I would say. I am, after all. Can't mention it often enough. Quite a bit of a finicky one. See, I can actually see the little rolls he does. 20 + 8 equals 28 versus DC, which is the difficulty of 22. Which is pretty cool. But yeah, what a nice chess set was what I was about to. There's some prep work to be done. We need to get you the required materials needed to even play. Fair point. Even if you have some time in your hands, you can probably do some preparatory work in that direction. Ready for place handbook or PHP. I would like to point out that at this moment my leftover amount of play money for this month is 5 euros. Well, if there's a PDF for free, I will admit that I would take that. Mostly because of necessity. Not like I'm actually unwilling to pay. If I actually can, that is. There's a large hole in the side of Lady Tanglebrook's skull, the contents having been violently removed. Whatever caused this, it wasn't wailing death. We be pirates then. Pirates we will be indeed. Arr. Not out of evil, out of necessity in this case. I mean, no, I will make no moral claim here, but the point is, if I actually have the money, I will pay that money gladly. Just a matter of actually having the money. Okay, you need dice, several kinds. That should be something I can get my hands on relatively easily. Oh yeah, those remains, they are giant. Oh, they take up so much inventory space. I remember that. Actually apps for that. No, that's interesting. I was about to go to the next random assortment store, because I do know some. But I mean, if there's apps for that, there's a good one for that.
Okay, dokie.
I might be tempted to use that. Guy? Yeah, I do remember a certain store that had a rather interesting, because I remember staying there and looking at it for a while, assortment of dices in many, many variants. Actually, they're also not that badly priced, if memory serves. Would need to go over there at some point. No, but for once I'm just going to bash it because my Mr. Assistant is stuck. Okay, that could take a while, to be fair. Give it up, chest. You're surrounded. I mean, by only one person, but you know. No reason you will survive this. Come on. I might have been of destroying the box he's stuck in. Mm-hmm. 2020. Let me write that down. Just in case, because I know myself. Up there. On the 24. 6. On the 8. 1, 4, 2, 10, doop, doop, doop. 1, the 2. Oh. I've written it down about a note. But in the meantime, we can work with apps if needed. Only need 46 to roll up a character. I mean, if there's a good app that can do it, we can use that. And let me see, next week I might be able to slip in a little visit to the store on my lunch break. I think go well. I could probably take a look at what they have in dice and buy some dice. Now, before we continue, we shall teleport back and sell that armor, because that is going to keep me slow. Very slow. I do think the prison has like 3, 4 layers to it. Going down. Rather obvious.
Do you have news of the
I have a nice two-bladed sword, but sadly I can't use that because that is an exotic weapon and I do not have mastery of exotic weapons. Obviously, my little paladin is very much a straightforward person, let's say. I'm a longsword, but I already have one. But technically speaking, stuff like the Fire Beetle belly and stuff, you kind of want to keep those, because they are ingredients for some of the magical bullshit you can build. D20 how you do stuff and things. Guess someone roll a d20. Check for traps, roll a d20. Slip a laxative into someone's pudding, d20. That shows you. Seems to be your average tool for everything. Magical. The most magical. The d20. Hey, as long as it serves its purpose. Now let's identify this little wand of lesser summoning. And honestly, I'm never going to use that because that doesn't fit well to my paladin. Now, let's read little Edie Tanglebrook's journal. Everyone is dead. All I have left is my cousin Alvin, the head gaoler. He has been so good to me in the past, even building a tunnel between his office and the estate. If I could visit him without running the risk of actually walking the dangerous peninsula streets. How fortuitous that these same tunnels now protect me from exposure to the plague. I'm going to meet with him later today. By now, a good game of chess shall cheer me up from this spiteful malaise to which I have fallen. It was odd. I thought I heard something crashing around downstairs, but when I went down there was nothing. Must have been rats. Oh, how I hate living alone. I shall visit my cousin at once. I will assume it wasn't a rat. The rest of the dice are generally just used for damage. There are sections that can be addressed as they appear. A certain amount of flexibility will always be required. if you actually want to play a game that is fun. It's basically the same with settings. If you force your setting and the rules to be written as is, then you will sometimes find yourself in a situation that is very much counterproductive to actually enjoying playing. On the other hand, completely ignoring the rules is also not an option, of course. But well, should be obvious. Okay, so you just need a PDF character sheet, and it lets you type it. Aha! Come here, you bitch boy. Let me guess, there are such PDFs available. More healing.
Okay, dokie.
And not just hokey dokey, just do it. Open the chest, because I don't want to bash chests.
It's done.
A kite.
Okay, dokie.
Kite? Sight? Something like that. Language. Difficult. Yes, yes, very much so. Ah. I have a site, I would like to use it, but kinda useless. And with that you'll have all the basics. Select the class arrays options in the handbook and have other books with further options. Okay, so this is, I assume, the office of the, well, former Gaoler, who is apparently not anyone. I mean,
Okay, dokie.
I'm not too choosy for beginners. I mean, I've basically played with the most basic classes
It's done.
in pretty much any RPG. Whatever it throws at me, I take first and foremost, but doesn't really hurt to take a look at the options. Sedent or regional compasses. Let's see which one. Nice. As I said, I do get it. I do get the concept.
It's done.
It's like, okay, yes, you know, you get provided with stuff, you should pay for it. I'm absolutely in favor of that. Just, you know, all in moderation. There will be better tidings in the future, I hope.
It's done.
Well, it depends actually on what my next job is gonna be, to be fair, but well.
Okay, dokie.
Okie dokie. So many corpses to plunder.
It's done.
Sharp clashes, you say? Oh yeah, actually I do remember some games actually having systems with sharp clashes, even prestige clashes in some cases. Ouch. Thanks, game. Would have told me. Actually, the one who's supposed to find the traps is running smack there behind me and doing shit all.
Okay, dokie.
And so you choose a set plus. That sounds like an interesting system. Ding. Got them in a bottleneck. Don't go back further. They have shields now also. That's not good. Which... Heal thyself. Dane the fuck. He has a name, but no story. Who can hear? You'll be a pirate now. And little lady, would you please continue attacking him? I don't think he's going to die of old age if we just wait. Yeah. That's still not worth much. If you wanted to be a thief, you'd be level 3 thief rogue. Okay, I can get behind that idea. Basically like a bit of a specialization. You start in your class and then you refine your class into what, well, fits your idea and playstyle, basically. Traps everywhere. Hello, prisoners, it is I, your great friend,
Always get
the
my
paladin. You don't. But I will carve you up. And we can do this because you're evil. Actually, I could smite you if I wanted to. Prove that you're evil. And they die. But dozens. Technically speaking, I can heal myself, because I do have lay on hands. Rabam. Now I would need Mr. Hokey Dokey, but Mr. Hokey Dokey has decided to be an idiot. But there is one way that you can do it. Basically like this. Loading game. Ba-bam. See? If your NPC companion gets stuck, the easiest way to unstuck him is just that. Make a quick save, reload that save, and he will be spawned right smack dab next to you. Works like a charm. To be fair.
It's done.
You don't say. Now then, let's see. This leads to, yeah, another area full of things. Hello, my people. We got more company suddenly. Don't know where they came from, but they will die a horrible death. We will make sure of it. Right in his head. That's what I call critical success. Ah, satisfying. Badam, badam, badam. Yeah. Okie dokie yourself. I know. I know he means well. Open all the prison wings. Let out all the prisoners. Oh, wait, we can't because they're already out. Now this seems to be leading... Make the true, of course, as I sent that last message. Well, you know how it is. Can't really just ignore that. That is not going to lead to a happy life. I just amused myself with a nice little actual headshot. And my little companion managed to shoot the little arrow precisely into the enemy's head. Didn't even get a critical hit for that one. Poor sucker. Usually would assume that to count as a freaking critical hit, but well, the game was like, no. The ones with shield are actually somewhat more dangerous, because they actually have a bit of a better chance to block attacks. But well, better doesn't mean much. As proven by that. Now, the fact that I actually opened all of them manually while there was a lever is of course not speaking well for me. Yeah, there's a bit of amusement with the way the game actually displays the arrows when there's a hit. Apart from that, we are still walking through. Yeah, basically I think I make the point like, yeah, it's basically a bit like, you know, specialization in your class to fit your own ideas better in regards to subclasses. To my understanding of them. Brim, 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 brim. No escape prisoner.
I hope you like pain.
Well, we hope he likes pain. What gives you access to a page from time to day? Just let me know if you are not feeling the selection of races subclasses. I'll get you. Sounds like a plan. I first need to take an in-depth look at things before I can, you know, judged if I like or not. Hey, oh my god.
Well met.
Not one of my captors, are you?
Well met.
Yes, very well. So, what are you, prisoner or guard? Well, I used to be guard, until the head gaoler turned everything upside down at any rate. Okay, with the good guy, alright. I could use some information. Right, but the sooner I get home to my family, the happier I'll be. Really change your generic class-like group into something really special. Yeah, I believe it. How did you end up in that cell in the first place? Say, one afternoon the head gaoler just went down and unlocked the door to the pits. He walked right in there and all the prisoners walked right out. That thing lasted a couple of days, when all those guards have been captured now, or worse. The pits, what's that? Pretty sure the prisoners we can't handle. Every man for himself down there. The head gaoler. Apparently he's still down there, and the prisoners have damn well crowned him king. If you ask me, the wedding's got him and driven him mad. What's the layout of this floor? Stairs down on the west side. The two cell wings, north and south, with a corridor that runs between them. Each wing has a guard room with a lever to open the cell lock. South wall also has the head gaoler's old office. Did the head gaoler keep a logbook at all? Sure he did. The man was meticulous. He's probably got a million of them hidden away in his desk somewhere. How did he end up in this in the first place? What do you know about the prisoners? Former prisoners, you mean? They're cruel, vengeful. They came, we weren't ready for them. Saw a dozen friends cut down around me. It's horrible, madame. They threw a bunch of us guards into the pits too. But the head gaoler, they said, is going to eat them or something. Any suggestions as to what we do now? I don't know about you, but I'm heading home to my wife and kids. Fair point. Set the whole place on fire as far as I'm concerned. Okay, enough questions. Think you can make your way out of here alone? Don't know, but I'm going to try. If I make a run for it, I can make it out of the main floor. Figure the militia must have this place surrounded by now. Okay, get out of here then. I've cleared the way for you. I shall wish you luck. Run! Don't look back. We will murder our way through here. Continuously, but yeah, we now have a goal, the pits. Me personally, I find Sorcerer to be one of the most interesting classes. Throwing hands, more your style rather than up to a brave and a fighter. But it's just monks. I don't know, at least in games like this one, I found the monk class to be somewhat slow. The first levels are usually a pain. Gets very OP later on though. The classical fighter, a bit of a base choice, but nothing you can go wrong with. You know, an old saying, at least as far as Baldur's Gate went, like, never play a fighter on its own, because that's just nothing. In combination is where they shine the most. Quite the true saying, actually.
I'll put you in your place.
I will. I mean, who knows? As I said, you kinda have to take a look at your options before you can make a informed judgment. Actually healed himself, the little bastard. Doesn't really help him though. Bam. I need these one more. Murder. Stay still. Company can be very poor. Shut up, you fucking escape prisoner. Yeah, can be very poor, but that's not where the most interesting part of it is. Do you play with key abilities? Ouch. Their retreat is in order. Okay. Yeah, you will die. That's not a question, little Tommy. Jesus Christ, that gang leader really fucked me. Really fucked me good. Smite him. Let me say it like this, if you have an enemy that can poke you through full plate armor, for basically all your health, yes, running away is also fair. You also be able to punch someone in the face 9 times before they think. Yeah, that's basically how the monk class is portrayed. Usually. And he's dead again. It's probably not a bad idea to go back and actually sell a bit more stuff. Also, you actually need to take your companions with you in this game, at least, in order to level them up. There's no XP system. That would allow them to passively level. Jesus Christ. Overpowering indeed. Yeah, you and me indeed, we're the only ones left. Bam, blocked by my shield. I do love having a shield available to me though. King finally. I feel that was worth more than 378 XP. Man. He had a tower shield. Jesus Christ, though, that hurt like a bitch. Now, I will assume that we murdered most of the prisoners, so a little loosey-goosey what I allow magic to do. Indicate your success when I'm leaving his creativity. I mean, certainly that sounds more reasonable than, you know, just playing it by the book. But I'm pretty sure the book is to some degree restrictive, as it should be, otherwise, you know. Oh, for the love of God. How many more prisoners are there? So if there's another gang leader, I'm going to regret my life's choices up to this point. Ouch. Asshole. Alright. I feel like I don't really want to open that. Okay, let's open the middle door and the door down below and then teleport out. Revive our little friend. And these spells can't necessarily do anything other than the spell's written effects. Well, yeah. That's basically what the book intends them to do. Nothing else. I'll murder you now. Okay, that didn't go well. You won't. I will heal myself before that. Damn it. I hate people with shields, says the woman with a tower shield in her hand. Now, next in line. Ouch. Stop hitting me. You can't hit me, that is not nice. Miss. We dance. Halfway across the room. That was definitely not the best. Well, yeah, Lay on Hands is indeed a little healing spell. A speciality of the Paladin, to put it mildly. It's not the best healing spell compared to a Cleric, who can use light, medium, and serious wounds. Well, yes, it technically says that it restores health to a certain degree. But yes, it restores life. It's not a resurrection spell per se, which is a whole different class that usually is exclusive to the clerics. Yes, I know. You saw that and came back to life. Hello, little Aribeth. It's I again. Can you heal my wounds? Thank you. Now, double services. I don't need all of this stuff. I really wish I could find a longsword plus, you know, plus one or so. At least it's not as bad as in Baldur's Gate, where your normal weapons have a tendency to just fucking break. Loss of the minstrel. Yeah, that's not going to help me. Do I look like a minstrel? Last time I looked in the mirror, I wore plate armor. I mean, half plate, I think, actually. To be very precise. Rabam. Now then, open chest, please.
It's done.
Now then. This leads back. So what do you think happens if a paladin uses the holy power of lay on hands, one of the undead persuasion? Well, according to the internal lore, if you use anything that heals on an undead, it actually damages them. On the other side of the argument, if you use a poison spell, for example, in the
I always get my way.
system that is divinity, then that actually heals undead. Although to be fair, divinity is not necessarily D&D compliant system at all, actually. I mean, yeah, there is probably a but. The question is how that out. A spike helmet. But actually is going to look in practicality. Enemies nearby? Of course there are. Heal thy wounds, little lady. Attack! Evil doggo. Stop attacking me. Also, you hit hard. A level up. Well, it should depend on your god, but then again, in this particular version of D&D, since your paladin can only be righteous good, the amount of gods you can actually follow is very limited. You know, holy is one of the elements, there are also other elements. And technically speaking, D&D also has evil gods and neutral gods, so there's quite a bit of a choice there. Technically. But then again, you know, I prefer the idea that Pillars of Eternity had, where a paladin can be of any persuasion, because, well, if your god can be of any persuasion, then if you follow a a god of death and evil and murder, you would still be a paladin in his service, but you would of course be evil by nature, because your god is evil. You would still be a paladin. The whole idea of the blackguard as an anti-paladin has always sat somewhat strongly wrong with me, but meh. Oh, maybe, but that's kinda, you know, people tend to equivalate stuff that they know of. Need more charisma. And since this is one of the largest sources I have of that set knowledge, can't really help to make the comparison sometimes, I would say. Okay, can't really do that. Which means we get 1 point in discipline and we get 1 point in persuade. And we save 1 point so that we get more height. So height is a skill we need to become a blackguard in the future. Just waiting the points for it, basically. Hello, person.
I greet you.
Okay.
Greet you.
You're not with the prisoners, are you? My restrictions on holy characters is something. It will be the alignment of your chosen deity. Well, it's kind of how clerics tend to work, because they need to be somewhat close to their gods, otherwise they will not get any benefits from them. Oh, mind to fight my way through them to get here. Thank goodness you've come then. They've been going from cell to cell, killing us guards. I think I'm the last one left. You don't look like a guard. Who are you anyways? Just a guard. Name's Emanek. How come you're not in your cell? Squeeze through the bars and snap the neck of the prisoner they've sent to butcher me. Too little too late, the others are all dead. I think you could answer some questions for me. Since you were not, we're safe in here. So what's the head gaoler up to? The head gaoler. He was torturing some of his former guards on the bottom level until we managed to escape. The bottom level, how many levels are there? 4 in total. Top 2 are the prison proper, the bottom 2 are the pits. Ah, the pits. What are those? That's where you're headed. There aren't many cells down there except those the prisoners built themselves. What they did in the pits was their business. The door's locked or unlocked. So those are locked, but the others should all be open. Hang it inside a lockdown and seal it up, you should be safe inside. Where are the former prisoners holed up? They barricaded themselves in the central guard room, setting out patrols, but it's pretty haphazard. Killed off a couple without them noticing. They need supplies. Are there any storerooms? Yeah, you'll find them to the north and to the south. Okay, that's all I need to know for the moment. Wait here, my friend. Okay, which means we only need to clear out this level and one more level.
Okay, dokie.
If we want to go to the end. Leave up to a table for to set our weapons and ammo will work. I mean, what are the options for weapons and armor and how they work? I would assume those are rather self-explanatory, usually. I mean, you know.
Okay, dokie.
Oh, do explain.
Aye, it's done.
Oh man, oh good. Those prisoners really are a bit
Okay, dokie.
slopey. And I do mean that.
This day is your last.
I mean, technically speaking, they should know of how the guards actually proper did it, how to keep a good overview of the prison. But apparently they didn't learn that lesson. Heck, even I could set up a better rotation here.
Okay, dokie.
Okie dokie. Open sesame. The options are either damage type matters, slashing, piercing, and bludgeoning damage to better or worse against certain kinds of armor. I mean, realistically, they should. It's the age-old question, actually, that has always been asked. Skeletons and swords. Yes, no, maybe. Realistically speaking, no, shouldn't work. Bludgeoning, should. Well, yeah. It's kind of a decision you have to make because, well, of course, if you apply it to the players, you can apply it to the enemies too, which means, I don't know, if you're a bit unlucky, you could end up in a very unfortunate situation. I don't think you actually do, because you're not in this battle, you fucking halfling. You're in your own battle. Nah, I'm sure he can defend himself. See? I told you he can defend himself. Relatively well. Same system? Yep, same system. That just upset. I'm guessing the central room is where sooner or later we need to go. Fuck's sake, traps. Hello, prisoners. Now, a wise man would now ask the question, if this door is trapped, then how did those people get inside? But well, let's not ask such a question, shall we? Because that would be mean. And come on, it's not really dungeon crawling if you don't have at least a few traps left, right, and center. That's what kinda dampened the experience. I also do vaguely remember that there is a mini-boss on the 3rd floor, if memory serves. Is it doing it again? What is it hating this time? Creating live adventure. But now the way to beat Bone Boys is bludgeon damage. Take a damage penalty to beat a small one. Use the flat part of the sword. True. Also, I do remember that, technically speaking, most weapons technically can do non-lethal damage if you actually know what you're doing with it. Because, you know, sure, you can use the blunt side of your sword. Not nearly as efficient as the sharp side, but an option. Kinda does boil down to how much creativity you will allow Because realistically speaking, if you use your sword like this, that is really not an efficient way of doing it. But you can do it.
Okay, dokie.
Yeah, it's, I suppose, a very creative solution.
Aye, it's done.
Anything in there? No. Well, just don't take the creativity too far, otherwise you end up with quite literally something like Grim Fandango, where you have to think so far outside the box in order to progress. It gets, you know, rushed a bit strange. Yeah, no. Probably I will not do non-lethal damage to, you know, skeleton. But I might actually want to do non-lethal damage to some enemies that I might encounter. Maybe I want to take somebody prisoner instead of outright, you know, killing him. Ouch. I know magic, and I fucking know that that was magic. Come on, Tommy, come over here. Safe here. Can I actually call him?
Okay, dokie.
It is.
Always get my way.
Break his concentration. Jesus Christ. You don't. Yes, break his scales. Non-lethal damage to scaly. Well, yeah, no, I wasn't suggesting that you can do that. I was just thinking about the idea of using your sword other ways. And technically speaking, if you use your sword to bludgeon things, you could deal non-lethal damage to a potential target that you might not necessarily want to murder. Not necessarily saying that you can do that to a skeleton. Well, yeah. I wouldn't suggest that you can... I mean, maybe you can magically knock out a skeleton, because technically speaking, reanimating a skeleton is a form of magic, usually of the divine nature. So maybe you can actually counter that in some ways and, quote-unquote, knock them out. But I wasn't implying that you can use your bloody sword to knock a skeleton unconscious. That would be fun, to be fair, but stretching it a bit thin there. It just popped into my head because, you know, random sword. And like, yes, if I can use the blunt side of my sword, then I can probably use that to knock someone out. Not necessarily the enemy we talked about. Because that, yeah, it'll be a bit difficult. Yeah then. How many cells are left? Actually, not that many now that I look at it. So here, lay on hands. Rabam. Healed whole 8 points. That's a good roll. And 1, 2, 3 more than the middle room. And then we are done with the second floor, which means... yeah, only 2 more floors left in the reserves. Hello! Enemies of God. They really don't like the halfling. I mean, I'll take it. When I was a player and when I was a player, I was killed my ex. Did slashing and I for piercing into really clever bonking. I mean, as long as, you know, the added up weight is not too much for your poor character, who's going to feel like a fucking mule at this point. I guess you can. But I mean, depending on what sort of axe you have, you could also use that for bonking, potentially. Hello, enemies of God. You shall be slain. Yeah, blood and bones indeed. There. There. Ah, it is lovely to watch these old school animations again. I do remember that you can do some ridiculous builds. You can quite literally surround yourself with enemies by the dozen and still just laugh in their face like, ah, you have no ground to stand on here. Look, it's a trap. Yeah, please deal with that. I'm really not meant to do that.
It's done.
Hello, prisoners. As we already established earlier, some of these people do like pain. Prepare. Now then, as I said, I think there is, well, the system from here just should be rather obvious. The end boss is going to be the Gaoler himself, who has freed the prisoners. That much we can probably assume relatively for sure. He's going to be on the lowest level, on the 4th level of the prison. I think there's going to be a bit of a mini-boss in the 3rd level, if memory serves. Basically in a bit of a powered-up prisoner. Nothing you really need to care about overly much, but he can get a few lucky. That's actually the problem with a dice roll system. Not only you can get lucky rolls, your enemies can get too. And well, I will recommend saving often. As has been the case since age old. Save often if you're not absolutely sure of what is to come. And how strong it's going to be. And what it's going to do to you. Open the door. Last 2 cells. Then we go through the middle, and before we go to the next floor, we teleport out again and sell the sheet. Or so the plan is, at least. I think the last 2 levels should go reasonably fast, honestly. They will, however, be somewhat annoying. I do think that dogs and the like will actually make a bigger appearance, which can be a bit of a pain. They do a nice amount of damage. Bloody freaking natural weapons. Beep. Should be nothing left in here because we already pulled them all out. Mostly, apparently. Still a cunt or two. Yeah, you're dead. Not much. I mean, ideally, what you could have done is come in here and use that lever in the middle, which opens all of the prison doors. But if you come in here, immediately from the get-go, you will meet quite the resistance, let's just say. And since there's something like a hearing system to alarm your enemies, if I start shit in here, all of these doors will open, and all of the prisoners from the side will come in and bite you in the ass. Kinda wanna avoid that, to be very fair and honest, because you will not be able to actually survive that. Believe you me, I've tried a few times in my time, and nope. That's actually some sort of thing that really stays with you and your memory. Interestingly enough. Never forget. Don't do that. Now. I will hear that bloody hokey dokey so often. Hey. Treasure good. But alas. What can you do? It's still faster than when I actually try to bash things. Oh, you can, technically speaking, carry all that. Funnily enough, it doesn't even give you any disadvantages, apart from moving slow. Now, you would assume that being heavily encumbered would give you combat disadvantages. But no. Game's like, no, it's totally cool. Can get away with that. Yeah, it says we don't know what might be on the other side of this door. Actually, I can just go like, oh, if I can rest, then usually that means there's nothing. Because resting is restricted to areas where no enemy is close by, which means you can use it as a bit of a radar system. It's like, okay, if I can rest, then no enemies close by. Pretty slick little system, I'd say. Now, where's the hokey dokey? Yeah, it isn't great to have options. I shall talk the right path, because, well, obviously, I'm a righteous paladin. Shall go right side path. Not that it changes much, mind you. Now, I'm going to celebrate, but before I do that, I need to get myself another drink, because if I have 2 more levels to go down, yeah, a drink is really needed. Also, in order to ensure that it's not too annoying, I actually left the fan off, and it's fucking hot in here.
Welcome. Do you have
Oh, the sacrifices I'm willing to make for people. Just so they have a nice quality of sound. That's the same half plate I'm already wearing. Oops, wrong slot. Wrong slot, wrong slot. The question is, what looks better, this helmet or the spiky one? Yeah, that looks a lot more fitting, doesn't it? Although the pot helmet is amusing, to be fair. Light, normal. Okay, so I get a light source. Actually, that's not a bad thing. I do like the way the game actually plays with lightning, also green light. It looks rather amusing, doesn't it? Okay, so do give me a second while I get myself another drink before I sweat so much that I disappear from this world. Okay, well, I have something to drink, and I will hopefully not swim away. In my own sweat, that is. Just get bloody freaking hot in here. Which means the first thing I will do after I finish this is actually to turn on the fan again. Until then, an ice cold drink will have to get me through this. It really gets fucking hot in this fucking apartment. I lament that fact every bloody fucking summer. I will lament it this summer too, of course, because, well, nothing changed. Now, back to being a heroic little paladin, and doing heroic paladin things. And namely, going the right hand path and finding out what else to do. And we actually don't anything new with this level. Actually, I wanted to read this. Doesn't tell me if I'm specialized in tower shields, but I don't know if the specialization in tower shields is actually a thing in this one. Divine health, divine grace. I don't think I've gained anything and overlooked it. Ah, better. I'm feeling alive again, yay! And then the third layer of hell.
Okay, dokie.
Just open it, will ya? Hello again, prisoners. It is I, your friend, the paladin. I pray forgiveness for your souls, mind you, not for your bodies. Like it's a paladin, he's the good guy, he's not just going to outright kill us. Paladin draws swords like fools. I will save your eternal souls by murdering you and sending you to heaven. Sounds reasonable. There's a prisoner who wants to die. Oh, direct shot into the chest. Good job of the halfling, I'll give him that much. Get another direct chest shot. If he wants to, he's a pretty damn good shot. I have to give him that much. Save the game just in case. I just stopped at the right spot, didn't I?
It's done.
Quite literally, my foot was basically inside the trap already. Evil waits on the other side of this door. I can sense it. Actually, quite a bit of evil. Well, you'll find out if they like pain or not. Yeah, just stab them in the back. Shoot them, murder them. Bam. Blocked by the sword. And the last one in my long list I need to murder. Bam. We're making good progress here. I am rather happy with that. Definitely no looty bits. Ah, 3 doors and a trap, eh? Oh, the little halfling. Do your halfling thing. We all know you want to. Was a two-bladed sword. I would assume that this actually leads, yeah, basically back. Actually makes it a good opportunity to plunder it. Well, we still have the opportunity. And I'm guessing those 2 doors will lead forward towards the way down that we need. They couldn't really decide who to attack, and now he's dead. So sad. The souls shall be saved. Yes, 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 in the next life. But yeah, plundering every chest. That's basically what adventurers do these days. There's surprisingly more here than I was actually expecting. Interesting, interesting. Do you now? Do you love the part where you get murdered? Well, we are very much for equal chances, so we need to kill everyone but 2 of them.
Here comes Halfling Death.
Halfling death, indeed. Nearly accompanied by him dying, mind you. But alas, once he did not. I'm just always very, very happy if I don't find a random fucking shit. A random fucking gang leader amongst those escaped prisoners, because those are dangerous. Challenging. Harding could track and subdue any criminals. Ways of haunting, but these criminals have turned it against any handler now. Ah, he found the PDFs. Ah, that explains the bling I have in the background. Anyway, I hear it in the background. I shall look at it as soon as we finish with the prison, because that will probably be where we landed. For the moment. Now, if this goes here... And thank you very much for that. That makes it a lot easier. We're supposed to start a long-lasting search for those. Go back and check out the other one, because my first prognosis seems to be wrong. Don't bother, just use the fucking lever. I don't use the fucking lever because, well, probably not an option. Deep, 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 deep. Let no draw be unmolested. God damn it. Look at them, give me a good email address so I can email them to you. I can do that.
I hope you like pain.
Ouch. You die now. That's what you get for eating the paladin. Bam, another dead one. They die like flies. Rather satisfying. Okay, stop healing. That's player privilege here. Can't have the enemies do that. Comes next. Enemies saving and loading the game or something. I would imagine. Okay, okay, so... this area seems like a pain in the ass, doesn't it? I rushed a little bit. Tiniest little bit of a pain. But hey. Yeah, of course there's a guard dog. Well, I'm confused. Whoever built this building has apparently much of an idea of how to keep things somewhat symmetric. I guess screw them. Another curve is probably a good idea, especially if you want to stream later on, and especially if you want to stream a great Fandango. Because that will require some concentration. Well, hey, maybe it's actually better if you're a bit tired and your brain only now works in half length. 2 kids of lips work. I mean, that is precisely what makes those games really, really fun in their own little way, but just sometimes, you know. God damn it, game. There's only one more game. Only one more chest. How hard is it to open that one? Well, as we have just seen, very. Now, I'm assuming...
It's done.
Okay, that's how this is set up. Let's hope that that actually helps, because honestly I will not make any promises that I can help with. That, I mean, I'll try, very much so, but you know, just because I had a few lucky guesses, mostly from experience from Monkey Island series, which is also a game I should finish at some point. Ouch! Asshole! Are you using invisibility on me? You... Yeah, that's true. You would assume that he can't cast that forever. You would assume right, usually. But he can use other protective spells. Jesus Christ. I sure hope you like pain, and I sure hope you die of it. Yeah, I kinda figured that of all things that could I meet in my way, magic would probably be the one point that can potentially really damage me. And I'm right. Jesus Christ. And people wonder why mages are so beloved. So why the enemy mage had a pot helmet. I don't not even. Thanks, game. That's what I needed. The trap. My face. But oh well. So well, so good, we made it through that door. Let's save the game and see where this leads. Precisely where I don't want to be. Oh, time to teleport back and collect my dear little friend. Who has died? Don't worry. Might have seen your mother on the other side, but luckily enough we just called you back. Just like it's supposed to be. Goodbye. Goodbye, we shall come back. We shall save. We're back. Alright, open the door for me, please. Swear to God, if there's another mage behind this door, I am going to scream. Well, what despair. One of those two. A guard dog. I'll take a guard dog any day of the week.
I always get my way.
But that's at least more doable. Yeah. Doesn't mean that they're not dangerous. Just not that dangerous. By comparison. Okay. This leads here, then the next room must be somewhere up there. I will assume at the very least. Oh, we're making good progress here. It's not that long any longer. Until we have the third layer done with. And I do remember, not necessarily the major, but I do remember there was a better fighter somewhere. I remember him being a bit of a pain in the ass to deal with. I'm gonna let ourselves get that nice surprise. See if my memory is actually right or not. Kinda hope that I'm wrong for once. I mean, you know, hopes and dreams.
It's done.
I don't really want to deal with anyone who's a good fighter either. Not until I'm not, you know, a few levels higher.
Here comes Halfling Death! Here comes Halfling
Huh.
I'll put you in your place.
Rub hand. Ouch. That was a needed trap. Just about to say, this is going splendidly well. Yeah, near death is a very fitting descriptor. I would like to rest, but I cannot rest while under the influence. And yeah, I'm just gonna yeah, you can't rest while under the influence. That's a saying. Since my radar is also going off.
No can do.
How far do I need to go back to rest? Until here, apparently. Good. As I said, I do remember there being an enemy on this floor. I'm not talking about the mages. They were annoying, yes, but not nearly as annoying. True enough. But as you can see here, you cannot rest while there are enemies nearby, and you cannot rest while you are under the influence. Two very important things. Yeah, there he is. Roar. I shall smite your evil. And I missed. Well, that's not great. I don't wear so much armor just for show. But I will admit he does hurt like a bitch. No, I'm just sightseeing. Who are you and why the fuck are you helping your head jailer? I couldn't think. I was king of the pits. The head jailer came down there. Now he king of the pits. I is just his lackey. You let the head jailer walk all over you. How come? You have power to turn folk into zombies. You do it to guards even. He threatened to do it to me too. Guards into zombies? What the fuck are you talking about? You meet him soon enough. Lay down in his lair, protecting, feeding him. Say he make me like them if I not serve him. What's inside him? Have you seen it? Yeah, I've seen it. It's more like a dog and smells like dead moss. No head, just a big brain, all open. Must be why it likes eating them so much. What proof do you have of this? Why he set prisoners free? Why he made guards into zombies? Why he trust me to watch that bag of his? Why? Because he ain't elephant anymore. Alright, you stay here. I'm going after the head jailer. Why not stay here? Head jailer kill you. He now I surrender to you. Eat my brain for that. I not want that. You go fight him. Maybe talk to his guards too. I get out of here. Well, fine. Not going to outright murder him. It shall be the UD2 shoes that any paladin, according to the law in this universe, should be. I do remember that boss fight down there. Somewhat.
Okay, dokie. Eh?
I simply can't carry all of this.
Yeah, and now you probably can't either because you are having another tower shield. Basically, well, it's doing precisely what it says it does. Genetic Devour, and he has plenty of corpses available. Well, soon to be corpses. So what he does is he's jumping from one to the other and you have to fight him over and over again. Or you kill the guards beforehand. Also an option. But not a nice option. Since we are a nice person, we shall not do so. We shall be nice. Again, not the best strategy ever. That's actually worthwhile. For once. For once we have made a good deal. No, not much. I dealt with the terrible nuisance who had a giant blade. Defeated him, learned that the head jailer is Well, apparently not only crazy, but he has a intellect devourer where his brain should be. And that he's one layer below, and we shall deal with him. Which is precisely what we're going to do now, or try to do at least. And I picked up some stuff, went back, and, well, she shall be home soon, which means I'll get to go live in an hour or so. Nice. I don't think this is going to take that much longer, because I think I will end it after we dealt with the first creature. Yep, this is precisely the situation I remember. Former guards and everything. No, you shall not. Ram. You might not want to be used, but you will be. Impossible. That's not a challenge rating you want to see. The good thing is, after he has gone through all the guards... Oh, I get it into PDFs. You get it at time to look at the pictures. Yes! That is the plan. It's nothing to me! Don't worry, Intellect Devourer, you will be used. Bling! Barely injured. Uh-huh. And I will find an Azura. Well, one more guard is left that we need to deal with. This body, I will find another. No, you will run out at some point. I can tell you that much. Okay, let's actually draw him back a bit. So that my little halfling has a better chance of hitting him. Now, only the Intellect Devourer remains. He's like, what can I do now? There's nobody left. I'm scared and I'm small. Look at me. Yes, block his attacks. As long as he doesn't get into my brain, I'm safe. Injured though. This fight is going to take a while. And require lots of healing. Because he does do a lot of damage actually. Not nearly as easy to kill as I would like it, honestly. Especially not without, you know, better equipment like magical shorts. I would like magical shorts, but I don't have magical shorts. I know, and that's why you save up so many healing potions and stuff. I guess I could use something else too. What do I actually have? I have potions of bliss. I could use, I have potion of bark skin. Now, I shall fight you now. Sadly, I don't have a cleric, so yeah, I need to use, you know, the potion bliss, not the normal grind. Well, I really would like it too if you would actually hit him and do damage. 1. That is not what I meant, and you damn well know it. Hey, at least now he has a bit more trouble actually damaging me too.
Here comes Halfling Death!
Halfling Death sucks, he doesn't really do shit. Fight for the ages, truly. If we just go off the fucking length it takes. Come on, he's fucking badly wounded.
Here comes Halfling Death!
I was expecting something here, you know? Maybe a near death. There's the near death. Only maybe 3 to 4 hits more and we have him probably in the back. Well. I say that. Jesus fucking Christ. And he's finally fucking dead. Jump. I now have his brain, which is the first ingredient we need to heal the plague. Create the cure. So we have been told at least. So we have been promised. That is actually the case or not, we shall find out. Very soonish. This could very well be trapped. I was actually right about it. Well, will you look at that? A long-awaited surprise. The long shot +1 of my dreams just dropped into my hands, didn't it?
Okie dokie.
That's rather pleasant. If I dare say so. Bit more healing, that's always welcome, considering the amount we just used. Felt like we were slugging more potions. Anything else in this fight? Teach me to miss an enchantment. Now we use a little stone to go all the way back. Then we can talk to Aribeth.
Welcome. Do you have news of the missing water Dave?
Can you heal my wound first? Can you sell me some stuff? Can I sell that one? No. This is part of the body of an intellect devourer, an aberration consisting almost entirely of brain matter. This beast was one of 4 different creatures brought from Waterdeep, component of the powerful spell to cure the waiting death plague. Should be delivered to Lady Aribeth with all haste. No need it, I have a long shot +1. Powerful.
Welcome. Do you have news of the missing water Davian creatures? Or is there something else you need?
I've actually recovered one of the regions for the cure.
Well done. I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Explain about the intellect devourer in the prison.
That was the reason we lost contact with those in the prison?
Mm.
As if the plague was not enough.
Yeah, that's kinda bad, isn't it?
Where others have found only failure, you have discovered shining success. Neverwinter is in your debt.
I'm just that good.
Battling the plague has drained the coffers of Neverwinter. I I regret I cannot offer you more than 500 gold pieces for all you have accomplished.
Oh, thank you. You're most
Is there
gracious.
something else you need? Of course, I will do my best to help with whatever you need to know. Farewell.
Now, there's something else we need to do before we are finished. Because, I think it's not actually in here any longer. But since we actually solved the problem with the prison, we can go back into the Peninsula District and actually get ourselves some money. Have you heard me? Has there been any word? Please tell me the peninsula is safe again. Been scared to ask. It's returning to normal. Everything's fine. I don't know how to thank you. Really. You're just too kind. Just hope so it wasn't time for some of my names. Just thought of a really messed up way for paladins of the Inquisitors up class to interrogate people. Well then. Remember my name. The action chef shifted your alignment 3 points towards good. Like, are you sure about that? Now then, going back to the peninsula. Lay on hands. Not the first spell that comes to mind when it comes to torture. Well, yeah. If you were of such disposition, you could quite literally maim them and then heal them and repeat that ab absurdum. Technically speaking, I mean, you do need to take a rest between it. What if? What if what? Where?
Hello there. I'm glad to see people alive. I'm not sure what happened in the prison, but whatever it was, it's had a big effect on everyone out here.
That woman is really spiky. We look at that. She has spikes everywhere. Has spiky titties. That's something. Seem to be a little less vicious. Certainly they are still dangerous, but whatever was driving the riot seems to be gone. Well, yes. It's a divine incantation. It still needs to be done reasonably well. Cat Gale Elephant was controlled by something. That it usually has, yeah. I mean, in the best case, it's just that the effect just poofs and doesn't manifest. I say that it was the Whathavian Intellect Devourer. Said that you returned the remains of each to Aribeth. Good work. What is good enough proof that you did the job. Soon that 300 gold danger pay is sufficient. Yes, that will do nicely. Thank you for all the trouble you have taken to completing this task then. Speak well of you when I make my report. If you'll excuse me, I must prepare that report to present to Lord Nesher. He's not well, but news of your success should lift his spirits some. Well, he's the leader of a city that is, slowly dying. Casted wrong on, say, broken bone. May heal wrong. That could actually be, yeah? Depends a bit. Maybe there's actually a table for what could go wrong with spells like that. What a wrong cast healing spell could actually imply. An interesting aspect, actually. Also a potentially misusable mechanic where it's like, I'm going to do horrible things to you now. Is there anything to say? Been a hell of a day. I'm just glad the prison break's been handled and any good stores in this district. Look, people feel uncomfortable enough just living around that prison, let alone tossing their money around near it. Place is a shopkeeper's nightmare, right? Where can I find some healing around here? One of those new Hellmites was performing his blessing somewhere to the sausages before all hell broke loose. Maybe he's still there. I don't trust the Hellmites. Not at fucking all, and that's putting it mildly. Now then, let's go back to Lady Aribeth and listen if she has any more information. We might find more creatures. Let me know where our next goal is.
Welcome back. It is but one small step, of course. I will do my best to help with whatever you need to know.
So, do we have any information as to where the creatures might be?
There are many rumors, and I would not like to give you any false leads. However, there is something that seems reliable. There are unsettling reports coming from the Beggar's Nest. Some say the corpses of plague victims are coming back as the undead. That might be worth investigating.
That sounds like a pain in the ass. Yes, it
But
does.
there is no guarantee the reports are accurate. The creatures could be in any one of the city districts. I shall leave it up to you where you want
But
to
we know
take
where
your
to go
search.
next. The Beggar's
Is there
Nest.
anything else? Farewell.
It shall indeed be then the journey of our next adventure. Beggar's Nest, the zombies, and, well, maybe actually using my abilities as a paladin to, you know, turn the undead. There's kinda one of the specialities of the paladin. Then again, it would actually help me a lot if I were a bit higher level, but, well, regular zombies shouldn't be a problem. Technically speaking. Now, let's save the game. Rabam. And I shall end it here. We have done well for today. Managed to get our way through the whole of the first reagent collection that we need. Pray to the cure. So far, so good. We have 1 out of 4 pieces, and, well, in case you had any illusions that the game is actually going to end once you find all of the 4 ingredients, no, that's just the first chapter. RPGs of old are long. But yeah, right, that's actually the next point. I will DM you my email. That shouldn't be a problem. Is anything else? No, I don't think I have anything else to add to that. I shall bid you adieu now for the moment. Have a good one and all of that. And let me see who I can see that is easily thinkable. I think this is actually relatively long this time. We have, amongst other things, Jesus Christ. Why is my window not scrolling up as I wanted to? But yeah, we have the little Venuslow coming by. And, well, talking in depth about the D&D system with the Chronos. Then, of course, we have the Chronos, being very much in the know about that particular. Then, next in line, we have the little Druid, our little Swedish Druid, mind you. Very important distinction, he is not a Druid, he's a Swedish Druid. Then, we have, amongst the known faces, the little strategy member, coming by for a while, and, well, reminding me that I did say that I would do at least a one-off of Daggerfall, which I will. Then we have a new face, the Guardian of Tempo. How you can be a Guardian of Tempo is beyond me, but I shall take it, very much so. And that is everyone on the left side. Right side is empty, which makes it easy. Jesus Christ, that really was a lot of these days, isn't it? That makes me kind of happy. Also kind of happy that people actually seem to find this game interesting enough to click it, because it is a good game. And honestly, I would actually recommend this in Baldur's Gate quite a bit. In my case, for nostalgia's sake alone, and a new player's perspective, because they are real, basically the original, the OG RPGs that have very much determined quite a bit of what RPGs became later on. So if you want to know how it all started, you have to start at the beginning, and you can. Because, surprisingly enough, you can still play those fucking 30-year-old games, well, almost 30-year-old games on your PC still. But yeah, as for everybody else, you feel appreciated too. Pat yourself on the shoulder for a job well done indeed. And, well, I do hope to see you all again, as in, well, tomorrow. Quite obvious, when we start our next project on the Eastern Front of RPGs. I'm still kind of in the middle of deciding that, because there are still some options, but well, I will find the particular insight necessary to make the decision somewhere. Yes. I don't know where yet, but I'm sure it's going to be somewhere. Yes. But as again, once again, have a good one and